Today's A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan podcast is brought to you by
Elevate Fun in Sanford is right there in the Seminole Town Center Mall. Actually, the old Sears location.
Yeah. It's so crazy that as a kid, I used to go there, and now Maisie, as a kid, can go there and do way better than just shop for Reeboks. She can go there and do go-karts, bowling, a full arcade with all the crane games, laser tag. You did that.
Yeah.
The ropes course, which is the thing we could not get them off of. In fact, if they just had a ropes course, it would have been fine. Mini golf, which is all computerized. It's crazy. The Omni Arena, which I don't even know what that is, and they have axe throwing.
Well, that's a virtual reality.
Is that where they have the conveyor belt? I saw that. I saw that.
They also have a great restaurant, full bar. So if you're
called Plate, you can go there and get yourself some beers, some fizzy drinks.
When Daniel and I took our families, we were at the restaurant, and when you're at these, I'll label them kids' places, but it's beyond that because it's not just you don't get some cold cheese pizza.
It's like a family entertainment warehouse.
I was eating really good chicken quesadillas.
Oh, Andrea had a pub burger with like gourmet fries. The kids were up on the ropes course. They didn't want to come down. I'm getting straight plastered.
Full bar.
It's awesome.
In the middle, and like the electric go-karts are super fast. We're doing Max's birthday party coming up in July there, and they have a person from Elevate bring the kids to each activity.
Yeah,
they
you get like a party planner or a concierge that'll walk you around. It kind of makes the thing a little bit more organized and makes it a hell of a lot more fun.
And the kids are all together, so they're all playing laser tag together, bowling together, ropes course together. You pick your activities, and like Daniel said, the arcade is gigantic. I foresee a lot of Elevate spots. I know they have one in Tampa as well.
Yeah, they're building a new one.
Yeah, and it's 125,000 square foot of fun for the kids to have. So, and you can go and hang out at the restaurant while your kids play.
And if you're a BDM member, maybe there's a coupon for money off floating around in there.
15% off. It's gonna I know Eric's gonna have some of the coupons at the food truck fest.
We want you guys to try it. We want to hook you up. We want you to take your families there. Try Elevate Fun, and then report back to us because they want to make this huge, and we want to make it huge. So go there and check it out.
Use the hashtag TD Elevate.
There you go,
and then just let us know you went out there. It's elevatefun.com.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
It is another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha, our producer, is here. Hello, Sam.
Hi.
On the couch, and this is like a rarity. It's like crazy that
He's
this guy's
back,
in
baby.
here. I am so excited. I will cue up his music later on the couch. You know him from Bungalower and The Bus. You've known him for his countless media appearances. You also know him as being the chief marketing officer for the DeWitt Law Firm. It is our very good friend, Mr. Jon Busdeker.
Hey.
Did I get that right?
You did. That was nice.
Yeah.
No notes or nothing.
I'm a pro.
It's weird how life works in cycles, and we see it. I think we have a unique perspective because every Monday we do this thing called the OG recap for BDMs only, right?
Yes.
It's content for BDMs only. So every Monday we go over an old Friday free show that we did, I think
4 years ago.
4 years almost exactly ago, whatever it is, around 4 years ago. And we'll go over the topics we talked about, and often they're similar to what's going on now. either we just saying the same shit over and over, but also back.
It's almost like the dead internet theory where we're all in the simulation, right? Like this is all being controlled by AI right now.
But it just so happened that around 4 years ago, you were coming on the Friday Free Shows doing news, get on the bus.
Probably
you know what
longer
you
than
were
that.
doing? You were doing Florida Hungry Man.
All right, yeah. So that was probably a little more than 4 years ago, because 4 years ago I was at the sheriff's office. I had just started, so it might have been like 5 years ago. Yeah.
So
I started in 2019 there.
But God, it's really hard to believe that you were there that long.
I was.
But I watched almost every video you put out. You were humping. You were doing a lot of stuff there.
And then you stopped coming on the Friday Free Show, and
I was embarrassed of all three of you.
Well,
two of you. Actually, two of you. I was embarrassed of. I won't say which two.
I don't blame you. I know that I play a huge role in some of the ridiculous things that I say in chasing people away.
No.
I understand that I'm like some of the things I say, like I talk a lot about shit and cum. I do a lot of shit cum.
Yeah.
You know, I do a lot of that.
It is kind of funny because some of the cops I know are the hardest motherfuckers.
Real men.
No, absolutely.
That have seen horrible shit.
Oh my God! Had to carry their dead brothers across the field
and would not be offended by any words.
No.
But because of
It's
your
the
job,
general public that I had
You
to
know
worry
why?
about.
You
It's
know
not
what?
the police officers.
He's one of our friends, right? One of one, and this is no diss to any of our other friends, but he's the only professional I know.
You're just going to full stop right there.
Everybody else is kind of just a little janky.
All right.
Like you're always a pro.
All right. Well,
worst general, the general public.
I was just going to go with the general. I thought I was going to the cartoon general. Like he's the worst general.
Okay, a couple things. We're doing our beer release tomorrow at Hourglass in Longwood.
I'm glad you're calling it Hour now instead of a Daniel-themed beer. You make me a little uncomfortable.
Your photo's on it, though. Your caricature's on it, right?
So we're going to do a Tom beer then, right?
I don't know. No one wants that.
What would a Tom beer even taste like?
Oh my God. People are so fucking mean to you, dude.
That was a legitimate question. I wasn't trying to shit on you.
3 minutes in, and this guy's already like, what would a Tom beer taste
Maybe
like?
it would
Shit!
taste like a daily.
I know
Diet Coke flavored beer. That's a great idea.
I know what bullying looks like. You motherfucker. Anyway, Scootin' and Tootin' comes out tomorrow, 5 p.m. We're going to
Should we bring up the scooter update? Or?
Oh, no. I have really bad news. And Tom's going to yell at me. I have really,
we'll talk
really
about that
bad
later.
news. Well, yeah, because
But some people are bringing their scooters. It's going to be like a little
Are they
scooter.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were thinking about doing a scooter ride, but Daniel
Like
blew
a
it.
razor? Like they're razors?
Well, I don't know, actually.
Okay,
Like a Vespa. Goddamn, what are we
I don't know what your
13?
listeners
I hope that
drive.
they come up in a Razor scooter.
Yeah. Seems like a lot of DUIs in the BDM family.
Wow.
They need to drive a razor.
Damn, you're right. This guy.
Just like that.
I'm so glad you told him to bring the heat. We got our
BDM
ace
crazy.
back. All right. Oh man, I've missed you. I'll ride my Seminole Power Sports scooter in place of it.
Yeah.
I'll ride that one.
Well, not as good.
It isn't. It's good. I mean,
The picture
yeah,
of the Vespa's on the can. Anyway.
I know. But hey, what if I bring Dansby?
Yeah.
Is Dansby allowed? I think Hourglass
make it up.
allows.
I don't know. I'm not
I
sure.
think they do.
Well, it's like
I know
when-
one location does. I'll have to check.
It's like
Maybe
when-
somebody can find that out for me.
When Chappelle starts smoking on stage, the club just lets him do it.
No, I don't want to do that.
Bring
See,
in
that's
the
not
dog.
what Busdeker would do. Bus would say, no, you got to make sure it's above board.
No, you're on the can. You can do what you want.
I'm on the can.
Yeah.
Also, after our beer release, Science Night Live is happening at the Science Center. So anybody wants to, you could technically hit them both.
Yeah, you could hit them both.
And so that's happening. Starts at 8 at the Orlando Science Center.
Yes.
All adults, you could drink. 21 and up.
Tons of experiments, hands-on demonstrations, keynote speakers, and libations.
And also next week, June 17th, we're promoting this. It's kind of like a riverboat cruise with comedy and karaoke.
Yeah.
It goes out of
and
Cocoa
I'm
Beach.
playing banjo on it.
It's out of Cocoa. It's on the Indian River, and there's great local stand-ups and
It's on
dinner
the
involved.
Indian River Queen.
And karaoke on the upper deck, and then they kind of switch. And that you can get your tickets at TOMANDDAN.com.
I actually really like the fact that they load in and you go karaoke on the top and comedy on the bottom, and then halfway through the cruise they blow a whistle, you switch, and you're like, all right. Get to singing.
And tomorrow at the beer release, we're going to have shirts, right? New shirts
Yes.
with the logo.
Very limited run though.
Yes, they're
very limited.
Very limited.
Yeah.
As well as straw hats.
Are things not going so well here? You gotta do
we're
limited
pushing
runs?
everything. Yeah.
Everything must go.
Well, we ordered
buying
too many
anything.
last year, and then we're just sitting on them.
See, these hoodies, oh my God, the hoodies.
You're getting hoodies for people that live in Florida?
Well, it gets
I got one
cold
right
for a
now.
week.
I know. It's only cold in here. It's cold enough to kill a lizard.
And I don't know.
Don't talk about
I'm
it.
sorry.
I'll have to see if Eric can post a photo in the BDM group, but also those tumblers that we got that are fully
Yeah.
sublimated
Oh, yeah.
tumblers. He'll have those tomorrow for
They're
sale.
Jamaican boy tumblers.
So-
They're like little, they're like athletes.
And
You
if
don't
miss
use
him
Island
there-
Boy no more because of what he's done?
And if you miss him there, you can find him at the Food Truck Fiesta in Sanford on Sunday.
Were you on that cruise?
What?
You weren't on that cruise. What I was referencing is I went on a radio cruise one time where one of the entertainment we went to, we walked through the streets of Jamaica and we went to like a bar in the city. And it was like in a basement.
Okay.
And we all came down, and when you walked into the basement, it was like a dark, wet cabaret style with the catwalk, like a strip club.
Yep.
And then out comes 6 young Jamaican men just wearing booty shorts. And then they all do, it was before America's Got Talent, before any of that, and they all do. And it was very homoerotic, and we were all laughing, and we were all drunk as fuck, and we're watching these 6 Jamaican boy acrobats lift each other up and do that shit where they, like they'll all 6 balance, and they're leaning, and the one on the bottom is like holding them in a J.
yeah. It's
and
like strong men.
Yeah, strong men. Like they're all showing feats of strength, and it was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Weird.
Yeah, Dirty Jim was there.
So
Up on stage?
No, just sitting next to me drinking.
So the other day, we couldn't find Luca, and it was like
man.
for 4 days
Sorry,
straight.
I was doing anything to
It happened
avoid getting here.
after Akeem Woods came in. Just for timeline reference, that was one of the last times we saw him running around the couch. Then we're like, hey,
Well, he was on the side of the couch, and Akeem came in, and Joe Sensabella was here, and they were hanging out. We did the interview with Akeem.
I blame Joe.
Well, Joe didn't do anything.
Yes, he did.
Oh, did he?
Yes, he did.
Akeem got to pet him.
So did Joe.
Oh,
and I
man.
told him, I was like, I probably don't want to touch him. And he was just
You think they freaked
Poking
out?
at him.
Yeah, they were pretty impressed.
they're pretty
Needless
hardy.
to say, they were pretty impressed that we had a pet lizard.
Anyway, and then he was gone for a couple days. He's done this before, so we're like, maybe he's just shedding or whatever.
Yeah,
It's like a teenage runaway. Oh, they do this all
or
the
like
time.
a drunk.
Sometimes they do. I don't
like
know.
he goes on these benders. And
Yeah,
he's
they'll
gone
come
for
back.
days,
Then, so we were looking like underneath the couch.
Well, I looked
for
all
days.
day, like Friday. Was it Friday? Friday. Right?
No, it was
Thursday.
No, this was this week on Tuesday.
Well,
or-
because I remember that morning I looked. There's a keyboard under there. There's some cables, and I'm the one that ran all the cables back there. So I started like lifting them all up, and I'm using a light. And I couldn't find him all morning, and then that afternoon I did find him under the cables.
Yeah, and then when we found him, he was still alive, but he looked rough. So
Yeah.
we got him into the habitat, thinking like
Well,
maybe
first of all,
dehydrated.
you Narcaned him.
No,
like we got. You're like, what the fuck, man? You killed my high.
then we were like misting him. They were just like maybe,
Yeah.
but his eyes were closed,
Yeah.
and that's Sam noticed his eyes were closed. Anyway,
Like the
I don't wanna
Alice
be
in
morbid.
Chains facelift video where he says Jesus Christ and then he says so my eyes shut. Have you seen that video?
I have not.
Go back in the early 2000s Wayback Machine and watch. They look like his eyes were sewn shut.
And then, so we put him in the habitat. We were trying to give him water, food, the heat
Everything.
lamp, and then
Everything.
it didn't make it over the night. We came in the next morning.
Well, I
and he was
came in
dead.
the morning and I walked in. I turned everything on, and I had a feeling because when you were leaving, you even said, you're like, guys,
not doing good.
He's not doing good. And I came in, I walk over the habitat, and there he is laying, and his face had turned bright white blue.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
come on. It's too
morbid.
Too
man.
soon.
Too
It's been a sad week.
They say he passed away.
Well, that's how I knew. That's
Rainbow
how I knew.
Bridge.
That's how I knew.
Anyway, so
wait,
Yeah.
we ordered a coffin.
That was my question. What
So
did
I
you
covered
do
him with a. Well, first I
Oh,
covered him with a leaf because I didn't want people to see him like that. You know what I mean?
It's like a tarp when you find a dead
No,
body
I left
on
his
the-
body out. I left it because his body was brown, but his face had turned blue white.
Come
So
on.
I took a leaf and I just nudged it over enough where it
So-
looked like he was just kind of nuzzled under there sleeping.
Okay.
We're in the midst of planning a funeral. We spent half the day yesterday trying to get a bagpipe.
like a tiny bagpiper?
No,
Ross-
that would have been awesome. Anybody knows a tiny bagpiper?
Ross is going to say some words.
Yeah.
We ordered a coffin.
We did order a coffin.
Where do you order a
gravestone.
lizard coffin
I ordered a.
from?
You want to see the gravestone?
Surprisingly,
Yeah.
they're all over the internet. I mean, tiny, like 5 to 6 inch coffins.
Okay.
Yeah.
For
Ornate.
what, though? Like for fish?
We
or-
don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know, but
I
now,
didn't do any of this.
I don't
research,
ask
by
the internet
way.
questions.
This morning, Tom and I were doing business, and he's on Truist, and we're crunching the numbers, and I look over, and his computer is nothing but
Tiny coffins.
everything is tiny coffins.
you look it up
everywhere.
once, and it's all
it's
over.
everywhere. And then I'll try and find his.
By the way,
give
we're
me a
trying to
minute.
find a bagpipe player.
What happened with our firefighter friend?
He doesn't play bagpipes. He's like, I don't play bagpipes.
I might be able to find you a bagpipe player.
Then
Yeah, we need a bagpipes.
Maybe we're talking about a different firefighter then.
And, yeah,
There's
it must
definitely
be.
a firefighter that's been in here that plays bagpipes.
Can't you just play a CD or something?
No. Hey, we're not doing what they did.
This is
part of our family.
No, we're not doing what they did at
He was
your
here for a month.
grandpa's. We're not doing what they did at your grandpa's because all those guys use the cassettes now. It's a speaker that goes in the mute area of a trumpet.
Okay.
And they just press a button and it plays. No, I'm not doing that. Well,
By the
I
way,
want the real
yes,
shit.
Speaking of that, I've been to 2 different funerals with gun salutes, right? Military.
Yeah.
We were going to do that
I've
for
been to
Luca,
one.
Yeah,
but we
yeah.
thought that would be disrespectful.
And
Kind of to the military.
Because he wasn't.
Don't even
'Cause he
mention
didn't
we even
serve?
thought about it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll cut that out. I'll cut that out.
But I don't like
We
that
didn't
they
think of
shoot
that.
blanks. I want a real bullet.
All right.
And they just shoot it straight up so it doesn't kill
Can't you
anybody.
make it plastic
No, but
like you
that
do for
comes down.
rioters?
Those bullets come down.
No,
if
you
you
got
shoot up.
plastic,
but
plastic
straight
like
up-
you shoot like when you shoot rioters.
Yeah, no, but terminal
Because that way
velocity.
it'll just.
You could throw a bullet off the Empire State Building. It's not going to kill you when it hits you. Terminal velocity of a bullet. The problem is the trajectory. And we went over this with Ross.
I got Dr. Van over here.
I'm telling you the truth.
Explaining me quantum
We're doing it
physics.
again. There's only a few things we talk about, and one of them is the old bullet in the air trajectory bullshit.
So wait, where are you going to bury Luca?
In the courtyard of
we
Celery
reached
City.
out to Greenwood.
Oh.
and
No, not
we
Greenwood.
had
Wait
to
a
do-
minute.
we
Wait,
did
in
a
Celery City up in Sanford?
Yeah.
His home is Baldwin
I
Park.
agree.
Well, we can't play the yard people.
I
will
reached
kick
out to
their goddamn thing
Greenwood.
down.
I reached out to Greenwood, and Don Price said no reptiles allowed.
Well, it's also
What if we just incinerate them and keep them in little tiny
Yeah,
ashes?
what if you...
I had an
Barium.
idea. Does everyone want to hear my idea, or you guys want to just do it? I thought that it would be very fun if we had our good friend and radio stunt boy Tuttle, who is itching to make one more run at radio, to eat the body of Luca, and then we put a lizard costume on him, and he legally changes his name to Luca, becoming Luca, and then we all circle around him and chant, "Born again, born again."
There's been a lot of ideas we threw around.
Wait, where, at this very moment, where is Luca?
He's in a Ziploc bag filled with 90% alcohol, being mummified because I emailed the taxidermy lady and she told me that's what I'm supposed to do.
By the way, my wife was very upset.
Are you going to taxidermy
When
him?
I told Crystal that we were going to bury him and then we're going to put him in this coffin, she's like, "Don't put him in the coffin. Give him back to the earth." And then I realized I was like, other people think like this too,
yeah.
and it just so. And
Should
then
I
I'm
have
like,
not said that part either?
But also, it's it's still just a lizard that we encounter every day in our lives. We never think twice of. But
Coming
it
and
is a
going.
difference once all of a sudden you
gave it an
you name him.
identity.
You name him.
Yeah, you name him.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then it says lizard.
He's got
that
a
we don't-
persona
I know.
now.
So is he in the fridge or something? Or just in alcohol somewhere?
Or no.
He's in the fridge
Yeah,
in
there.
alcohol.
All right.
He's in 90% alcohol, like I was told by a
know what's a-
professional.
Can
Like
you
I was,
make like some booze out of
I
him?
was told by no. This will
like
just
the worm and the tequila?
this will just naturally mummify him. I was told.
All right.
So he's in the and he's it's very respectful.
Listen,
Some would say the most respectful.
we'll announce the details next week.
There could be a pet cemetery situation where he comes
Right.
back to
Zombie
life.
lizard.
I mean, look, if anything like
Daniel-
that, man, I'd be jazzed if that. I'd be like, our podcast has a zombie fucking lizard.
Daniel said, like, if we bury him in the coffin at Celery City,
No.
Daniel's like, someone will dig him up and
Yeah.
steal him. I'm like,
Someone will
who's
dig him
gonna,
up and steal him.
who's gonna dig up
Let me
a lizard
introduce you
coffin?
to Eat My Wife's Pussy, man.
He's not gonna
So you
steal
heard it here first. Sam says that Eat My Wife's Pussy would dig up
No.
Luca.
No,
I
I'm
agree
just
with her.
saying, people
I
get
agree with
drunk
her.
and do shit.
I agree with her. Next thing you know, Cadillac Pat's down there. there, and Luca's one of his treasures.
No,
and like,
come
no,
on.
I'm not. I don't trust them.
Anyway.
So will there be like a memorial?
Yes.
No, like a tombstone?
Yeah, Daniel
You wanna
ordered
see
this
it?
morning.
I want to see. It's a tiny
You know how much
tombstone.
this shit costs?
You know how much money we've wasted on this lizard?
Time, apparently.
Oh, yeah. That whole
the
habitat. He
whole
died a week
habitat.
after you got the fucking habitat.
Oh, yeah. I still have a bunch of moss.
What are you going to do with all that? It's just dirt and moss in there.
Is that a business expense?
I'll probably give it to
fucking hope so.
I use.
I don't even
the
understand
company
what's a
card. Do you guys want to
business
see? There you
expense
go. What do you think? What do you want to see it? Should I put it? Can I put it up?
You know what you need. You know what
Okay,
you
I'm
need.
gonna put it up. All right, guys. Here, this is what.
Wait, how do you know he was born May 2nd?
No, that's when we
that's
found him
what
on the
we knew.
camera.
He was born to us.
Yeah, that's how we found
I
him
don't
on the
know.
camera.
By the way, he could have died of natural causes. Like, he could have wandered in
You
here.
can tell yourself
Do you know how
that.
much
You
this
guys
was? Do you wanna
murdered.
know how much this was?
No.
Do you want to know how much this was? This Luca the lizard? This was $375.
No, come on. Come
No
on.
way.
Don't tell people what because they hide the taxes and the engravement fees.
How big is that?
Oh, it's huge. It's
Oh,
like this.
all right.
18 inches.
Yeah, and it's granite. It's real granite.
Yeah.
Real granite etched marble. I had to pay extra to get the real laser engraved photo of Luca, but Tom wouldn't let me go the $500 for the full color photo.
Wow.
All right.
So I had to
wait,
go black and
before-
white.
The chat wants to know if you're going to make this into a sticker so they can put it on the back of their Astrovan like their
Oh, okay, not a bad idea. Not a bad
Better idea. I'm going to give you another idea. I did a story on this about 5 years ago. You've seen those shirts. I used to call them death shirts, where you get like an airbrush
Yeah.
shirt. You guys should get one for Luca, where you wear it to the funeral together.
You got an airbrush guy.
Yeah, we do. And I know Brendan's been itching to get involved in airbrush, and I think I linked up Brendan with Airbrush Pete.
Oh, really?
Because remember, Brendan said he wanted to learn how to do it.
Well, like one airbrush shirt at a time, it takes too long.
Oh, well, this is just like a screen print, and it has
you
like
do
angel
one.
wings.
the
and-
style.
You
Okay.
do one, and then you have them screen it.
Yeah, I know a person who does it.
We'll
But
announce
anyway.
all the details early next week, but we're thinking about doing the memorial service. It's in talks of June 24th at Celery City.
June 24th. You gotta have to keep that lizard on alcohol.
Yes, yeah, that's why.
This
That's
is how
why.
I
Well, we got
live.
shit going on, Buster. What are we
That's
supposed
why I
to do?
put him
Drop
in
everything?
alcohol. And they didn't want me to do it, but I was like, somebody's got to protect him, so I took my own alcohol that
By
I
the
used
way,
to clean this board. This is my personal audio alcohol,
They
and
do
I had
this-
to go with it. It's the hardest fucking thing I've ever had to do.
I'm old enough now to see. I've been through all this before. They do this with humans too. Like people will die, and
That's
they're
a
like,
long time,
and then
though.
they're like, "Well, we can't do a
Sam just
funeral."
said, I'm riding around. Sam just said we're all crazy in the chat room,
I
and she
did.
thinks she's not crazy.
I've seen this.
Part of it.
They do this with
No,
humans.
I'm not a part of this
I think
funeral at all.
I think Sam has moved on.
I moved on weeks ago.
but mentally, as long as he still shows up.
Oh, I meant about Luca.
My wife has moved on mentally years ago.
I tried to tell them they were going to kill him. Tom's feeding him, overfeeding him. He's
No,
shitting all
what
over
were you
my
I do
What
feel like, can I be
Fucking
honest?
overfeeding him?
Can I say something?
He didn't die from
I need to
overfeeding.
get something off my chest. I do feel like if you had taken my minimalist approach, he would still be alive.
No,
Oh
I
my
agree.
God. This lizard's gonna tear our fucking family apart.
No, he's dead. We should have let him out.
He's
right
dead to
when
me.
right when we found him, we should have just let him outside and he'd die outside.
You wanted to cage him up in here.
Yeah, he would have still been alive, I think.
No.
Anyway,
It sounds like a regret. Sounds like a lot of regret.
so
Made a lot of mistakes, Bus.
let's talk about Mencia.
All right.
Let's talk about
Now that he's
something.
not here.
Let's talk about something else people don't care about.
We interviewed Carlos Mencia this morning. It'll be out after the show.
Yeah.
And he's been in here. This
5
is
times.
the fifth time he's been in here. And the first time we had him in, we talked about the whole Joe Rogan, the joke stealing stuff.
It's the first
and he
thing
opened up.
we did.
Carlos Menstelia, he was called back then.
We did over an hour about it. We went he bared his soul, said that
talked about it,
talked about he wanted to kill himself. He was suicidal.
But anyway, and it's funny. People still want us to bring it up, and then I was like, first.
But that's all anybody ever brings up to him. So it's like,
we
just
already-
literally Google Carlos Mencia interview, and they're all talking about that.
But also, we did talk to him about it 10 years ago. You
Go
know,
back and listen to that one.
yeah, it's 2014.
But then from like, because Sam was listening to some interviews in the past years from him and stuff like that. And of course, it's all the same shit. And, but from listening to those interviews, because I was kind of doing it too to see what's going on, anything new, you pick up things from different interviews to see, like, oh, we'll bring up something like that or whatever. Yeah. Then I started really thinking about like stealing people's jokes and what that means and like what you could even do with that, because then I feel like we're living in a society now in 2023 where, because of social media and we're just exposed to so many things, that we are comfortable with the fact that we're all, as human beings, thinking of the same shit over and over. Now, I'm not saying this is what Carlos Mencia did back in the day or anything. I'm just saying we're familiar with the fact that we all think of the same shit, and not necessarily we don't get it from anywhere. It's not kind of like, there's the psychology behind like there's animals that are doing shit at the same time in different parts of the world, and like scientists are trying to figure out like, why is this antelope behaving like this antelope, and they've never seen, what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And it's just the species are kind of doing the same shit without even seeing it, you know. And then I started thinking about the show, and because we have a unique perspective because we've been doing this show for so long that we've seen shit that we've talked about, like sit and stand, how you wipe your ass or whatever, that all of a sudden becomes an internet thing, and people are like, oh, they stole it from you. It's like, no, people came up with
Shark Week. And Tosh.0, and then they're like, he stole that, and I'm like, no. Like, I've never thought that anybody stole anything,
Now, there's impossible to prove, but also I would heavily lean and bet towards the fact that they just thought of it, too. But first, there's a stupid, hacky joke, and also...
What was the big one that he stole? The wall joke, right?
That was a more recent one.
Was that the big one that everybody... Was that the one that Rogan got on the stage and, like, the wall...
I think there was... No, he had, like, a whole video where he had multiple jokes, like, spliced, where how Mencia would say it, and then how another comedian...
Yeah, because when we were talking about that this morning, I asked Tom, I was like, well, why is that guy seemingly being held down by it? And then why would somebody, and I had heard even before the Carlos Mencia thing even exploded, that Robin Williams was a huge, he would play
joke stealer?
Yeah.
He was alleged,
plagiarize jokes. Crazy. But, and then Tom and I were like, why do you think that is? And I was just sitting here and I was like...
Well, he would pay the comedians, though. That's the difference. Yes. He had a hotline that people could call, and they would say that was my joke, and they would cut him.
But even it seems like even Amy Schumer was able
she
to navigate.
Yeah.
But it seems to me if you can be like, and this is just the simple thing I came up with. I was like, he does come off to me, and I'm not saying he is this way to us, but Carlos comes off to me sort of like a dick. Mm-hmm. And is it as simple as you can steal jokes if you're not a dick and you just go like, I'm sorry, and then people are like,
if you would apologize,
he doesn't come off.
You don't know how many people have told him.
He comes off like he's
abrasive.
There's a dickiness. I don't even know how to describe it. Again, I'm not talking shit. Right. I would say this to his face.
Him saying like, you're inviting me on the show, let me talk. Don't you know what I'm saying? Even that's a little like, well, you're on a show. You got to have a conversation.
I just would never say that. I would never articulate that. Is what I'm saying.
But like, regardless of his situation, it was like, to me, I started thinking of a broader, hypothetical here, and like, because I started thinking like, the skipping joke that we did, like that became a thing on TikTok, and obviously,
but like way after we did it too.
Yeah,
it's just
crazy.
Things. Humans come up with the same shit. But I started thinking about, I was like, what if, you were able to take Dave Chappelle or someone, a famous comedian, and you were able to make it so he didn't exist and none of his material existed except for you. Or like
you now have material.
You have all the material from a famous
comedian I want.
Oh, like, let's just say, Sam did bring up a good point. We were talking about this earlier, where it does help if you're similar to the comedian, because like doing Chappelle's comedy wouldn't make any sense coming from me.
I want to see you do Chappelle's comedy.
Well, me too.
It'd be like if I walked out. It's like I walked out, and then in my mind I had all of Monique's comedy. It's just not going to work.
But so it would help if the comedian is similar to you
culturally.
But even if they weren't, regardless, you were able to take a comedian's material, and the world didn't ever know that comedian existed. So it's all new to the world, but you know it. How far would that get you? Could that get you to close to where they got?
Just
because
knowing their material, or like
that's what I'm
acting
saying.
like that.
That's what I'm saying. You have to have the same delivery. I don't think it'll translate like
so
that.
You could practice it.
So it sort of becomes like
you could emulate it, right?
Does it sort of become like I don't think it'll like get you. Painter? Like I could put you in a room with the best paints and all of the stuff that one of our greatest old masters has, right? And you could do something, and then I could put another guy in a room with just the same setup, right? Is that kind of what we're talking about? Because for comedy at that point becomes nothing more than just it's the message, but how much is delivery and how much is the word?
But not even the delivery. How much is the happenstance of life that you coming up, the people you met, your career path? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many microtransactions happening in someone's life that it's not just about the material. Like the fucking, like painting. You brought up painting is a good example. Like if two painters painted the Mona Lisa at the exact same portrait or whatever, there's like other painters can paint that, right? But for whatever reason, that painting and that painter.
So the chat's blowing up because there's a movie about this already, but it's with music.
Okay.
I think music is a good example.
So, like, if the Beatles never existed,
you played a Beatles song somewhere, would somebody be like, "This is an amazing song"?
I saw this movie. It was funny. I saw this guy.
That's where I got this topic. Okay. Oh my God!
It is.
You stole it.
I stole this. It's happening.
I now am remembering that movie. Like I didn't even think about that. But yeah, I remember. And in the movie,
so maybe that's the Mencia. It's called Yesterday.
Oh, all right. All right.
And in the movie, he wasn't able to replicate the Beatles' success, even though he knew all the songs. Like he still had to grind it out. Like it wasn't popular at first or whatever. So like
like what about like? Are we talking about like? Is the complete thing like an essence? I'll give you an example. Like when you and I saw Steve Martin and Martin Short. Were you there?
No.
Did you go to see them?
Mm-mm.
I Have you seen them?
No.
Like I
know who they are.
Well, just Steve Martin is let's use him as my example. Steve Martin, in a lot of ways, doesn't really say a lot, but his body language, facial expression, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
his whole personality, who he is.
Yeah, it's kind of
the
like
chat
a
is
thing.
saying you're wrong and that he became mega famous and went on tour.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
What is that?
I knew the gist of that.
You legitimately lost your mind?
It took
but
him
he gets
a
it
while.
back in doses.
It didn't happen overnight or whatever. Eventually, like, would you go through the same?
I can't trust anything you say anymore.
But it's a interesting hypothetical because could you reach the same success having the life's work of another comedian if no one else knew it? I don't think you could, because there's so many other things involved into success that you can't replicate, like luck and happenstance and culture and like right time, right place. So it's not all about the material.
No, I mean, there's a version of this going on right now, like kind of variation of this with, and I don't know if you've read this article, but there's a famous, I think he's a playwright or a literary figure who claims to have got phone calls and talked to Tennessee Williams, the playwright.
Yeah,
but and has written about these conversations that this person's had with Tennessee Williams, and everybody's saying now like, I don't think you ever really did that. Like they're kind of calling him out now. Like a lot of people are kind of calling it into question in the highest form, like at the highest level. People are like, I don't know if that really happened. So they're kind of going back now and trying to figure it out. But that kind of stuff's interesting.
It's crazy the hate that Mencia has gotten, and it's
never going away. Look at our chat room. Our chat room was, and I'm not.
People have done way worse shit.
Yeah,
you understand?
Feel like you want to feel, but that chat room was it was all negative and nothing but nasty.
Why do you think that sticks for 10 years on that guy or 15
that
years?
I
Whatever?
don't know, but I
think
do
he acts
think
a little dicky.
Yes, that's part of it.
I think
right.
It's
he
as
also
simple as
doubles
that.
down and will not apologize to anybody, even though he claims he will if he knew, but he doesn't name anybody, so he will double down and not apologize. And I just forgot the last one I was going to
Oh, my God, it's going around. What's going
my
on?
My brain just
No,
stopped.
We've had a trauma week.
You can't apologize now. It's too late, right? I mean,
I think you could.
10 years, though?
Oh,
but what if
I
he's
know
saying-
what the other one was. The Rogan of it all, right? Because Rogan's the one that called him out, and there's a bunch of fucking Rogan bros that will die by Rogan. And
They
Rogan
call themselves Red Brogans.
Damn it, I should have came up with
how
that.
popular the Rogan got maybe have something to do with
Yeah,
it. But
it's
but
constant pressure, right? I feel like it's
regardless,
constant
And
pressure.
anytime Mincy is
They're
brought
linked.
up in the
They're
news or
linked.
does another interview, everybody asks
linked.
Rogan's opinion
They're
about it.
married. You can't get away from
But
that.
also, like in just doing the research for today's interview, I go back and I look. And
You
there's-
research this?
No, well, it just
Yeah, we always try to figure something out.
I listen to you
Because we had to talk about something other than the joke stealing, because that's all everybody talks about. So we're
Right.
like, what else can we talk
But
about?
we did for 4 other years of interviewing him. But there's when I look down and like break the like, it looks like the whole accusations were like over like a handful of jokes that were hacky to begin with, and then I start looking at it. I'm like, they're like, "Oh, you stole this Cosby joke about the thanking the mom," and the end, I'm like, "Who the fuck cares?" like it's such a stupid like.
Maybe it's because
more
we're not
than-
in that world, though.
Listen, I'm not a stand-up, but it's like saying another podcast is talking about the same shit we're talking about, or make the same jokes. Who cares? They all are,
Absolutely.
and everybody is, and then that's the way things work here. Yeah. And then it's like more than just what you're talking about, but it also is weird that he's vilified so much for these things that are so minuscule when other people have done way worse.
What if it was blatantly obvious, though, that like somebody stole something from you guys? I'm sure he'd be mad about it.
I don't care.
No,
I don't
you don't
value.
think so?
I don't. What steal what?
I don't know.
Yeah. What, some concept that I can have?
When you have nothing,
like some other podcast
nothing
gets
to
a
steal.
studio lizard. I don't give a fuck. What is that? Hey, another podcast is doing some similar
I guess
Daniel's
because
voices
it's not
or whatever.
us. Yeah, I've had that happen before, but I always think, well, it's not me.
I look at it as a compliment, like, oh, it must be good enough for them to think it's good, and they're doing it. I got to do something else because I'm, now
Yes,
that
but, yeah.
stand-up comedy is
It's a more personal craft.
and
yeah.
also it's that's how you make your money off of your
Right.
set, and you need your joke. It's a little bit different world, but still, I look at it
Like,
all,
I'm
and
not
I'm like, it's so weird
yeah.
that it's followed this guy, and this guy's been punished severely for
But he's obviously doing shows.
He's still a millionaire.
That's the
comedian.
thing. That's another
He's
thing.
addicted to it, though. He doesn't need to do that. I mean, he's almost worth $20 million at least.
He's worth $20 million.
Yeah.
Dude, the Mind of Messina was gigantic.
Yeah, he
Really?
is.
Plus, he's been
But that was so long ago, right?
But he's been touring for 35 years.
But it's
like,
it's
you
when there was money too, guys. Like this, like I was in a little bit of that in radio. I remember a time when we make a lot of jokes about there's no money in radio. We had a guy in this week from the Arc Junkies podcast who said that I told him years ago there's no money in radio. There was a time when there could be money in radio.
Oh, yeah. People are making money.
Yeah, without a doubt.
It's all subjective money. It's like, but the Mencia was making multi-millions for years. But then even on the road, and that's another thing too, because I was like, all right, say even he did steal jokes, which seemingly the internet is at a consensus, and these people are
seems like that's proof.
in the world of it. It is, but it's like from that point forward, all of his material was under a microscope, right? Like everybody was waiting for him to steal. So then think about it. It's like he definitely didn't steal from, that point on. And then he's been a stand-up for 20 years or 15 years past that event. And so like, obviously he knows what he's doing, right?
Will Smith has bounced back better than Carlos Mencia, right?
I don't know. Will Smith's another one that I don't think he'll ever get over.
I think he's
he will.
laying low right now.
I think
taking
he's
a year or two off.
I think he actually is, because I've seen more people be like, "Oh, good to have you back," stuff like that. I feel like with Carlos Mencia, I mean, I knew as soon as I put the name on the stream. Immediately, great. I'm like, all right, okay. Can't do anything about that. That's not me.
Yeah.
I'll talk to anybody. Anybody.
It is crazy how much that guy's been punished, and maybe
no one is willing to not punish. Like, nobody's even willing to be like, I will not comment on that. Everybody, like, they see it and they're like, fuck that guy. It's like, it gets
It's guttural.
it is guttural. And I don't. It's not for me because I was never a huge fan, maybe. I don't know. Did he break people's heart? Is that why?
Or stole from one of their favorite comedians.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
Now, I could see this. I could see being like...
Well, that's like the rule in comedy, right? You don't steal from other comedians. So he broke the one rule that you're not supposed to do. Yeah.
But also... Could he be telling truth? I mean,
no, absolutely.
Could he thought of the same wall joke, who built the wall, and, I taught my son how to play football, and he thinks his mom... I could think of that joke. I thought, and did you absorb it from somewhere else?
I was listening to the interview on the Bobby Lee podcast, and he made a good point of, we have a code here, and if you find out you're doing a joke that's even similar to someone else, now premise is different, right? People have a lot of the same jokes on subjects, right? But if the delivery is so similar, just stop doing that joke.
Yeah, I guess now if I can understand, because I always try to put myself in other people's shoes.
We've altered things on our show. If I found out that I had a bit one time that I was going to do on here, and it was very close to an SBK joke or like a bit. And then I
Sing
was like,
bitch?
No, it was, I forget what it was, something about like Cabin Boy, like old time radio. Like, remember we used to do the old time radio bit?
I say just do, who cares? Just do it.
No, I get it.
But some people do care.
Yeah. Do they? Who cares?
Obviously.
Well, other Joe Rogan cares, and like these comedians, and now I understand. That's your material, and if there's obviously theft involved, you're stealing for someone's livelihood. And then with musicians, they've done this before, where some bigger musician, and that's the thing too, where it's usually the bigger musician hearing some small town musician shit and stealing from that person because they already have the name, and then when they put it out, it's theirs now because they're the most popular.
Yeah.
It's funny with Mencia, it was the other way around. Like, you stole from Bill Cosby, or you stole from this other. I mean, now he probably stole from like comedians that are no names. Well,
that is the claim. Also, that is the claim. Is that coming up?
It was the younger guys. Yeah.
But again, then after that, I'm sure he was under a microscope for a long time, and he's had a 20-year career. You know what I'm saying? So for sure he didn't. It's like Martha Stewart isn't telling anybody about stocks ever again, right? Like once you're caught, and then especially him, he is continued to be punished.
I feel like people are watching him under. I mean, I feel like every set, people are like, oh, okay, that's all right.
It's a weird thing.
But if you're a fan, you're going to go to the set, right? I mean, you're not going to go there to just shit on them.
No. That's the thing. He's still doing. She's still touring, so he's still selling tickets.
I bet some people do.
Yeah,
I think I do too because of internet culture and the people.
They used to do it to Aaron Carter. They would buy tickets to his shows just to heckle him.
Heckle him. Yeah.
Well, that is same thing with old Corey Feldman.
For real.
But you're saying
Corey puts his heart on
We're also
that
talking
stage.
about people that are putting together a funeral for a lizard.
Look, I have made fun of Corey Feldman for years, but I've kind of I've turned a corner, and man, when I see him, that guy puts his heart on that stage. He is literally trying his hardest, and I do feel like deep down behind his shark eyes that there's so much trauma in there that I think that guy was abused like crazy. And that's why he's I think when he's on stage, he tries to pretend that the world fades away. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like he's dancing to forget.
All I'm saying is that the punishment that Mencia is going through currently still seems harsher than the crime. I agree. Compared to
not really punishment, though, right?
Well, it is because you're
selling tickets.
You are.
He's on tour. It's not like he's not getting work.
But it never leaves you.
Yeah, he's still kind of a pariah.
He's got a stain on his reputation.
People see him and they're like,
it leaves other people.
But he's still working.
But there's probably people like me that I don't really care.
Right.
So if somebody gave me a ticket, I'd be like, I'll go see you.
Yeah, that's exactly how I am.
There are hardcore fans of people that they're always going to hate him. But then there's just the average people that might not even know this backstory. Be like, oh, I don't got nothing to do Saturday night. I'll go see that comedian.
Right.
I don't know his.
And again,
entire history.
All his jokes now he wrote because you couldn't steal again. It cannot happen.
Steal me once.
Yeah.
I will say that
he's a talented comedian.
I went to the bathroom. And
all right, bro.
Carlos has been.
Why are you going so hard for it?
Bill, because everybody hates him so much, and I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It seems unreasonable. It really does. Like as soon as I put the name in there, it was like we weren't even broadcasting, and people were shitting on him. But I went in the bathroom, and this is just to add more fuel to the fire. And he had signed under our cabinet, like underneath it, like in a spot. I don't even know where or how you would find that. And somebody, I don't know who, took a brown Sharpie and drew a realistic dog shit.
With flies.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, this is like a real. And then I told Tom,
there's rapist signatures. For sure. I mean, just what? Statistically, I don't know, but I'm sure.
I was like, wait a minute.
He's just playing the numbers game. It's just a numbers game. Let's see here. The name of the band is Be Your Own Pet. I love this song, man. This is a goodie. The name of the song is Worship the Whip. We'll be right back with more A Mediocre Time momentarily. 1-844-TOMNDAN. Show at TOMANDDAN.com if you have an email.
Turn your lashes and you beg for more. Yes, sir, he demands. You live for punishment and you can't see.
My family loves soup. If you followed me on Instagram, you'll see my daughter and my wife's world-famous soup face pictures. It's embarrassing. But when you make soup is mostly water. And when you make soup, you don't want to use tap water. You want to use Guardian water. And guess what? Yeah. I make delicious blanket soup. I am a soup maker.
Because it's pure RO water.
It's delicious.
When you get the RO system that goes underneath your sink and it filters the water to pure RO so that it's the same as the reverse osmosis water you buy in bottled water. In fact, you stop buying bottled water. You if you get the whole house conditioning system.
Westinghouse is the brand that they use, and Guardian's been working with Westinghouse. I want to say almost like 10 years now, and top quality. They've been in business for a very, very long time. Super reliable, and you can get a whole house system. That way, your all your fixtures, your showers, all sinks, all your washer dryer,
all everything. Calcium buildup, the extra chlorine they put in city water, whatever else is in your water, they'll come out and test it for you and see. But it takes all that stuff out. You can buy cheaper soaps. In fact, when you get the whole house conditioning system, they give you how to order the right soaps that are half the cost as the soaps you buy in like Publix or whatever, because they don't have to work with all the other stuff that's in the city water. So they just work with pure water.
I'll tell you something. I'll give you a real family example. Maisie's going to camps over the summer. She fills her water bottle up in the morning because she says, quote, the water at a big theme park here in town tastes disgusting. She's like, it is horrible. I'm like, so she takes a jumbo, like construction workers, those Bubba she takes like a Bubba Gulp tank of RO water, Guardian water. She takes it from home, and like that's what she drinks because she's so spoiled from her water tasting delicious.
Yeah, great local company, does a lot for Yellow Brick Road and charity. They got they're available in Tampa as well.
Oh, nice.
It's GuardianWaterServices.com.
You gonna freestyle, buddy? Haven't said that in a couple of years.
Beer's terrible. No, I'm just kidding. It's good.
Are you gonna freestyle?
It's good.
You gonna do a freestyle? You gonna do a little?
Come on,
Welcome back to a mediocre time with Tom and Dan.
Get your beard in shape with Manscaped.
Do that.
Manscaped. Look at this. You get this whole kit. Their beard trimmer kit.
Wait a minute. There's something missing.
They're missing something.
Hold on. You're holding up the kit.
Well,
That's an incomplete kit. Incomplete kit.
Are you using this thing without us?
My God. Who stole the ball toner? For Christ's sake. Hold on.
You gave it to Brendan.
My God. Who stole? Oh, my God. Who stole the ball toner?
My ears are going to be bleeding by the end of the day. Between Mencia and that.
I think this is the best. That was my Mencia impression.
God, the poor advertising person that has to listen to this.
This is Carlos Mencia for Manscaped.
No, you can't say that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
A lot of things being said today you can't say.
Oh, I stole that from him.
Promo code Tom and Dan. 20% off. Free shipping worldwide.
They're going to be amazed when that sells more chode trimmers than... You just watch. They're going to be like...
Good Father's Day gift.
It really is. The nose trimmer, the nose hair trimmer, do that instead of plucking them because we...
That hurts.
Okay. I'm going to tell you guys something. This is part of the ad. We had a listener...
Sad week.
Come on.
Yeah, we had this is the sad week. We had a listener
Another one
who years ago, his mother was plucking her nose hairs and one got infected and she passed away.
Oh my gosh.
True story.
Really?
True story. And
that's why
then he wrote back in and he said, "Hell, you remember me. I can't believe that." I was like, "Yeah, man, that's a very unique thing. How could I not remember you? Thank you for listening, but cautionary tale, use the right equipment."
You remember it because every time you pluck a nose hair, you're like,
I'm done. Yeah, you're right. Hypochondria is a bitch.
So, Busdeker is the closest to the cop or to a cop that we have
What
here.
are you
right?
talking?
So
I was never a police officer. Let's
No.
for somebody
He
that
never
doesn't
was.
know out there.
yeah, but you were around.
I worked there. I worked at the sheriff's office.
I feel like that's the closest, closer than all of us.
I mean, I feel like
I'm sure one of you three has been arrested, right?
How dare you?
I've been detained.
Statistically.
Detained only.
It's fun. Never been arrested.
Never been
No?
arrested.
I guess I've never truly been arrested.
Okay.
You've been
I
detained?
could have been.
You've been detained?
I
I could have been arrested too if I wanted to.
I was.
I didn't.
I was detained one time when I was like 13 for a curfew violation.
Yeah, I
'Cause
was big in Miami.
Me and my buddy were walking the subway like at midnight from his apartment.
delight like Jared, man.
And then cops stop us.
Tom and Jared are very similar.
Yeah.
Right?
Is there a curfew for kids?
Yeah.
Currently?
Oh, I think they have to put it in place.
I
Like,
asked Maisie
Yeah, I
that,
don't-
and she said party 30.
No, I mean like can.
I'd never heard of that before.
yeah, well, it's a thing in Miami.
No, it was an older thing. There was a curfew.
they stop it?
I believe in DeLand, there was a curfew too. Like if you were skateboarding downtown DeLand at 11:30, you'd get popped. They'd be
That's
like, "Hey
crazy.
man, we got a curfew. You got to get inside your house."
And it was like under 16 or whatever the law was. Anyway,
And then they'd be like, "White kids, all right, you guys are good."
they took us to the police station.
Oh,
and they-
really?
The
Well, yeah.
curfew in Florida for minors begins at 11 p.m.
Told
or
you.
12 a.m.,
Told-
depending on the day of the week.
Yep.
It ends at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. If a minor is suspended from school, they are not allowed at public places between 9 and 2.
No curfews on Friday though, because that's fentanyl Fridays. They allow it. They allow you. To
I've never heard of this.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it's a thing.
That's crazy.
And what does the age start at? Like
I think under 16.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So
hey.
then my mom picked me up. Never got punished. She was like, "Oh, those cops, those motherfuckers."
Oh, fuck them good. As soon as I build this bomb.
yeah.
As soon as they get a load of my crock pot bomb.
Also, it's like we were walking to Subway. Like it's not like we were graffitiing the side of the turnpike.
Yeah, you guys are real rebellious.
Anyway,
I think I'm actually going to add pepperoni to it this time, bro.
so Busdecker's a cop. So
Okay?
Wow.
Allegedly.
Short story.
Allegedly.
You've missed us, haven't you?
yeah. I work at a law firm now, by the way.
This guy's got an awesome title now too. He's like he literally went from like being the grunt for the cops to being like a big dick.
So while we were searching for Luca this week, and then we started looking through the couch cushions,
Searching for Luca.
because we're like, what if he's down in a couch cushion or something? You know, so
Find a tiny
Isn't there
little.
a song named Luca? Susan Vega?
Susan Vega. My
All
name
right.
is Luca.
All right.
I live on the second floor. It's about an abused child.
Sounds
Sad
like
Friday.
the
Sad
lizard.
Friday. Sad Friday.
weird fact:
Oops.
Carlos Mencia's son, Luca.
Yeah.
His name's
Lucas.
Lucas.
Oh,
Lucas.
okay. Close enough. Anyway, while we were looking through the couch, we found a knife. This
Yeah,
knife.
This little knife. Yeah.
And then we
I
were
lifted
like,
up the cushion and I'm like, there's a fucking knife in the couch.
Yeah. Which really helps Sam's paranoia.
Yeah,
you know, when
exactly.
she's looking and then
And
she's
it's
like,
like open blade.
yeah, she's like, there's an open blade knife in here.
but yeah, it doesn't help my argument if no one's trying to kill you.
Thank
He
you.
says
Find
that,
them.
he says that
I mean-
once a week. Once a week.
And this isn't like a, Florida real man folding knife that you use to, clean out your fucking fingernails. This is some weirdo, like throwing
I have a
knife.
theory. No, I have a
What is
theory
this?
on that.
So
I've been-
it obviously fell out of somebody's pocket,
Yeah,
right?
a guest
but
pocket.
Wait, is it open? Can you shut it?
keeps-
No.
You can't shut it.
That's what I'm saying. It's a weirdo throwing knife.
It's like a sword for a squirrel. That's really what I'm leaning towards
So
right
wait, did
now.
it had to be in something,
It
right?
had. I looked this particular knife up. It's a Dogfish CRKT, and it used to have a little credit card black fiberglass sheath that you would stick it in.
Okay.
So that means whoever has the sheath.
Well, are we playing Clue all of a sudden?
Wow, we're definitely.
We have to look back
we
at all
have
the
to
guests.
find this person and have
I mean,
them
but that
charged with
thing could have
attempted
been there
murder.
for
Yeah,
months,
who
right?
knows? Yeah.
No, that's a fresh knife all day
Oh,
long.
it's a fresh knife?
fresh
I don't know.
knife.
Some guests, and we'll figure it out, lost their
I
knife.
think I know who it was. I have a theory.
Okay.
Let's all say who we think it is.
Okay,
The chat thinks it's Kratom Carey.
No, it's definitely not Kratom Carey. After looking at that, that's about a $35 to $37 CRKT. I think that's the brand. I believe that is fishing inspired. That is a fishing knife.
Okay, all right.
And there's three main people that I know that like to fish.
All right.
One of them is Dustin. The
Okay.
other is Dom.
That's a good call.
And the third is Paul.
And Dustin's always high, so it's probably Dustin.
Knife fell out of your pocket.
Did I do it too fast?
Text Dustin right now and ask him if
I
he's missing a
bet
knife.
you that is Dustin's knife.
Yeah.
And he always sits there, you're right.
And he always sits there.
See, I went Akeem Woods.
Wow, Ray Charles.
I thought I was going to say David Collis.
Oh my God.
I was going to shake your racist hand.
Oh my God, the two racist businessmen are shaking hands. When you get a big title and when you're owner of your own business, you become a racist.
People are taking guesses. The welder that was here, the ARC Junkies guy.
No, we found this before the welder.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah.
Also, Naughty Reels guy, the fishing lure guy.
Oh, Naughty Reels. It was Naughty Reels. Because he came here too early. He was drinking beers in the lobby for a long time or hanging out there.
Yeah,
out there. In the lobby.
That's the lobby.
That's the lobby.
Okay.
Although I've seen a lot
This motherfucker is bullying us good today. I missed him so much.
Seems like another room.
Are you sure? People use this for fishing?
I think so, because it's got the bottle opener on the end, and then I think they use all those little things on the...
Well, they are fishing for whales.
You're cutting, no, that's not for filleting. That's for cutting line.
No, I know it's not a fillet knife, but yeah, even for cutting line and stuff, it's I've seen the fold out one.
You should probably put that down. I feel like you're going to stay.
I know. You're slinging that thing around. Our guest is terrified.
I was gonna throw it into the couch.
Do not throw that over
See if it
here.
hits your wife in this pillow right here.
We'll find out who's knife.
With your shaky hands, it's going to hit me right in the face.
Hey, remember when we had that friend of the show in and his gun fell out of his pants?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, it almost
It's Florida. That's okay, right?
Yeah.
So wait, what if that would have stabbed you, like rooting through the couch?
Then call Mo.
Oh,
what do you mean?
Who do you sue your employer?
Yes.
Yeah. Unsafe work environment. And then she takes a picture of the lizard cage underneath her feet.
Are the flies are
What's
gone?
a neck knife?
I have no idea. What is that?
Under one of the reviews, it says, "This is one of my favorite neck knives."
Oh, it's for killing.
Oh my God! It's for killing.
Yeah.
That's a killing knife. Look for blood on it.
So,
I am watching. I just finished. Almost done with Better Call Saul, and there is a scene. No spoiler here, but like he hides a gun somewhere. Maybe it's like that where you're hiding the knife in case somebody comes in and you can protect yourself.
I've always wanted to tape a gun onto the top of a toilet.
Oh, no, underneath the desk here.
No, I've always wanted to keep a gun taped to the top lid of my toilet.
There should be a gun in here.
Dude,
I'm getting a gun.
all of the reviews are talking about how the sheath is too loose.
Oh my God! I say that about my wife. I'm like, your sheath is too loose. Jesus Christ! I keep falling out of you. Either she's like, I'm just so wet. I'm like, yeah, all right, okay, yeah. That's it. No, that's what they say.
Can't be on the show.
That's what ladies
Mo
say.
Newit's gonna be like,
Different
no
times.
more.
He's good now. He's a businessman.
I did ask Mo permission to come on.
Mo knows what's up.
Like, I don't think so.
Mo knows
Sam,
podcast.
Yeah.
What are you brought up a couple things?
You
I wanted to
segue
talk
from
about.
that joke to Sam.
Yeah, because knife killing Sam.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to murder you, by the way. You're all right.
You know what? You know what? I'm gonna pull that as an isolated. That's the creepiest fucking thing.
I got all quiet.
Stop said in Busdecker's voice, which is like,
no one's gonna kill you, by the way.
Your Busdeker impression is fantastic.
Yeah.
I like how Busdecker's so
Statistically,
naive.
it's nearly impossible.
Well, that doesn't
what
help
Tom
fear.
says.
Yeah, like telling Daniel, like your plane's not going to crash. Like that doesn't help his fear.
It makes it worse. It really does.
You
Just
said
don't say
crash.
anything.
All right.
You know what? Or go along with me. You know what I'm like? If I'm spiraling, let me drag you down.
No.
You know what I mean? Like if I am in the trough, as my therapist says, allow me to pull you into the grave.
You know
with
what?
me and kill you.
But that is a good technique when someone hits you with some statistically illogical thing, like my plane might crash or whatever.
I mean, it might.
If you say, like, maybe it could, and then I feel like the other person starts arguing
I get mad at you.
against
You
it.
do that.
Or
No,
then you're
you
like,
do that.
Nah, well,
No.
it's probably not going to.
That's not what I do. You used to do
think
that
it
to me
works.
when we would fly. I would say, "Oh man, I'm so nervous," and you'd be like, "It's not going down, dude. You know that's not going to happen." And then you'd be like, "Statistically, that's impossible." Or you say some shit like that. And
That'd make it worse.
And then I'd be like, "Fuck you."
But then if you said, well, maybe it will.
Yeah, and then I'd be like, "You're not listening to me. You're supposed to give me something else." Like that's it. Like you're fucking with my logic.
So, Sam, what were the couple things you brought up?
The fact that Bill Murray is dating Khalees.
Oh, yeah.
my God, the milkshake.
Is that who that is?
Yeah.
I saw the photo. I just didn't know who the woman was.
Yeah. Her milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
So when you told me she was 42,
She's 42?
Thought she was way
I think she's
younger.
43, yeah.
43.
Oh, goddamn.
Is that because...
That shake
when do you think that song came out?
We're all the same age.
I start thinking, I'm like, when did that song come out? It was like, was
2007? 8?
Was it 7?
She's how old is she now? 42?
I think she's 43.
So she was
It came out in 2003.
I bet there's a lot.
20 years ago.
I bet
So
there's
she
a
was
lot
20.
more shake there too. I
More
bet there's
milk,
an extra
maybe.
large shake now. Yeah, yeah. Busdeker knows.
I feel
I
like
bet that's a good shake. Bill Murray getting on the ladies of color, the Nubian
Yeah.
queens.
You know,
I like that. He's freaky, isn't he? I think he's always liked black girls.
I feel
Ted
like
Danson too.
this is a good example of like when you hit middle age, you thinking 20 years ago, it can't be, you know what I'm saying? Like when you start looking at 20 years, it's like, it seems like it shouldn't be that long. Like 2003 shouldn't be 20 years ago. So when you're like, milkshake girl, she's got to be, well, I mean, 29. No shit.
Yeah, I know.
It's been 20 goddamn years.
You know what's funny?
She was 23 when this was popular. Now she's 43.
wanna
That's how time works.
Khalees, is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Khalees, you want a fun fact about her? I just confirmed it. She might, like, the chat room was like, talk about a one-hit wonder. Okay, you could say that. But she had Andre 3000 guest on her album. And I don't care what you say. If you got Andre on your album, that's a big deal. A very big deal.
Also, could you imagine, like,
Remember
what?
the other song she had is I Hate You So Much Right Now? That was a good song.
Was that another hit? Or what,
Yeah.
how did that go?
It might have been the same album.
I'm looking. I'll find it.
What could Bill Murray and Khalees talk about at the end of the night?
I don't know.
What do they have? I mean, they're both in the entertainment business, so that's some sort of.
Where do you think they meet each other at?
I mean, the celebrities, hang out with other
It's a
celebrities.
different album.
But they're a different level of celebrity, those two, right?
But a different
I would say so.
generation. Now, I've always made the joke where, like, when people see someone dating a younger person, like, we give Seth a lot of shit. We're like, what do you talk to your 22-year-old fiance about? It's just,
he's not talking to her, right?
He can't talk. And then I think, what do I talk to my old wife about?
Like 3 years.
No,
He's about to be a dad now.
I was like, what?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, all
Yeah,
right.
they are with child.
Wow.
Like, I don't sit back and think every day that my wife is my same
we have
age.
so much in common.
Yeah, like,
Wow, it's so easy to talk to my wife.
that doesn't fucking matter. That's never mattered.
What do you talk to your wife about?
Yeah, like, she likes different shit than me anyway,
Yeah, I
so
know.
we stick to the
It says
same five
It
things.
says they both bonded after their spouses passed away last year.
Oh.
Oh, my God.
All right.
So, yeah, that's something. Although you have a person that's in their 70s,
Right.
and you're in the 40s, and by that time it's like 40s, 70s. Who gives a shit? But
I give a shit, though.
Are you
I
going to
give
date a
shit.
70-year-old?
I mean, it's
no,
okay.
that's different.
I feel-
Busdeker. You know it's different. That's the cop in you saying.
Okay, here's what I'll
Yeah,
say.
you're 70 and you're 40. You're already old lady, old man.
I feel bad.
Damn.
I feel bad
Sounds-
for Khalees, not for Bill Murray. I mean, if we're just doing if you're looking at this as a baseball trade, somebody got a better deal.
yeah.
And it's not Khalees.
Yeah.
She gets to look at saggy ass, old bulldog cheeks hanging straight down, lumpy, like hairy, gray, hairy.
It's not like he's
melted.
unattractive, man.
No.
Yeah, well, thank
he
God
is
that-
not. He's had pockmarks on his face since he was like a superstar.
Forever, yeah.
I mean, like, the guy's not,
I mean, he's never been like a traditionally attractive
A
man,
stud.
correct?
Right.
When he was in his 20s, he was a good looking
But
man.
I can make
He's
an
no Chevy
argument.
Chase, right?
She's hot.
Yeah.
I'll make an argument that she's hot.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
A young Bill Murray was a handsome man. I feel
Yeah,
like.
little face. Face is a little.
I mean,
I would not agree with that.
compared to now, I guess.
He was the Pete Davidson of the 80s.
But even Pete Davidson's not that bad looking. Like
No, he's got a unique look.
Somebody
He looks cool.
made the
He's
correlation
in good
that Pete Davidson is this generation's Matthew Lillard, and I was like, I can see that.
Yeah.
Matthew
Where there's like
Lillard?
something about him that is not conventionally
just unique.
attractive, but women love them.
Well, that's why we hit the lottery as men is because women are attracted to like mentally. Well, because
my wife loves mini ghouls.
Emotion, your brain, your sense of humor, and stuff like. And men are a lot more.
My wife
physical.
was like, I want to end my life with a fat ugly doll. And here I am, your fat ugly doll.
Anyway, so good for Bill Murray, although a lot of stuff came out about Bill Murray.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
But it came out of everybody.
It didn't. It's like everybody said, he's very inappropriate. And we're like, well, what did he do? And they're like, well, we're not going to tell you that. But
I think there's like some lawsuits.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of like with Jamie Foxx. It's like, well, how's he doing? Still in the hospital. Okay, well, is he all right? Don't worry about it.
Don't talk about it.
Yeah, it's fine.
And what was the other thing, Sam?
Oh, the Vegas UFO.
No,
the
I
UFO
know nothing.
I heard some of that 911. Yeah, it was funny.
It's not funny. Is that funny to you? These people were terrified.
Yeah, but it's not a real UFO.
Yeah, well,
we don't know that.
Hold on.
It wasn't. Did you see the cop footage?
No, I
the
didn't.
body cam?
No, I didn't.
So there's multiple videos going around, and the 911 call is out, but it was reported that something fell from the sky, right? And it's even caught on a cop's body cam, and another cop reported seeing it as well.
Okay.
And it went into this person's backyard, and this family calls 911, and they're like, we don't know what is in our backyard right now, but two creatures that are about 10 feet tall are in this thing that just crashed in our backyard.
No shit.
Oh, my God. It was Shaquille O'Neal and his friend flying in a flying car.
Let me see if I can find the videos.
And is there any, like, obviously everybody's got cell phones, so are there video?
Here, let's see if there's...
I haven't checked for that. I just saw the 911 call and the body cam footage. I don't know that
this is one of those ones where they just play the menacing music, and you have to read it. I hate those.
What was it?
I don't know. The cops showed up an hour
there?
later, so nothing was there when they got there.
Okay, so it was nothing.
No, the neighbors saw it too. Like something landed in their backyard.
And then it flew away?
I don't know. They were scared. They were hiding in their house. They were terrified.
That's a weird, like, so what is it?
I don't know. It's unidentified.
Well, back to statistics.
I'm trying to find the body
statistics.
cam.
Like humans.
I posted a link in the chat. I think that might have it.
And Sam knows this. Like eyewitness testimony is the worst testimony. People don't know what the fuck they're looking at, and they get tricked all the time. They forget. They misremember. They think they remember stuff they don't. So most likely this was nothing, right? And the fact that no one like filmed it, which is weird too. And when the world were,
I mean, they might have. I just haven't found it yet.
I mean, if someone filmed 10-foot creatures coming, it would be on social media. It'd be on my TikTok right now. Everything's on TikTok. Anytime some world thing happens, even the fucking Ukrainian war, like all of a sudden there's TikTok videos of the war that the soldiers are doing. And so it's like anytime something happens, I always go to reels because there's a reel of it. So I just figure.
I see what you did there.
No, but there's going to be some personal cell phone footage of something.
I didn't read this part, but I'm also doing like fast research. But someone in the chat said that the people said that when the creature looked at them, it caused them to freeze. I don't know.
Oh, come on. The old freeze monster. Okay, here's the footage.
What causes this?
Ignorance and bad education system within the United States.
But if it's on the body cam...
A police officer working in that part of Las Vegas Valley caught a glimpse of the colorful fireball on his body cam. At nearly the same time, a doorbell camera in the area recorded a strange noise and what sounded like a crash.
Here, you want to see it?
I do want to see it now.
Okay, here, I got it up here. All right, let's see if this works. All right, there you can see the fireball in the distance.
That looks like an asteroid or a comet. You know,
a viral police body cam video from Las Vegas has social media spooked. People are saying, here they come.
One guy on Twitter says, here they come. All right.
Here they come from a guy on Twitter.
Here they come.
So
911 emergency. There's like an 8-foot person beside it, and another one's inside, and it has big eyes and it's looking at us, and it's still there.
Colin, give us a coffee.
I wanted to find some aliens. Wait. That guy, I do like the guy. He's like, there's like an 8-foot person standing here, man, and he's like looking at us, and then I looked at him, and he looked at me, and he's like, man, you better not be on 911. And I'm like, I am, but I'm not going to tell you. Like, what? Who was that?
I mean,
doesn't even sound. That does sound a little pranky. A little pranky.
Yeah. And when these things now, like, there's been other like experimental crafts that like the government has flown around, and they've gone back and traced. Like, there's been a
some
bunch.
people are thinking that's what happened too.
But nothing tops the 70s.
They
and
said there
80s
was an
Super Bowl
SUV like
jetpack.
circling the neighborhood, and they think maybe they were trying to like retrieve whatever crashed in the backyard. There's all different theories, but
If
An SUV. Dog the Bounty Hunter was there.
Well, if something did crash in someone's backyard, there's evidence of it, of a crash site.
Something.
Right?
I mean, even if the craft isn't there anymore, there's got to be like, if it crashed,
I'm
there's a
surprised
piece
they
of it
didn't-
somewhere.
Is it your grass burned up?
Like, here's
something?
I will just use,
nothing.
I'm just going to use ignorance logic, right?
Yeah.
Like, if a homeless man gets mad because you don't put the straw in his McDonald's bag, he goes crazy and he starts pushing over the registers. People pull their phones out and video that, right? So if there's an 8-foot man staring at you and another one inside the thing, and it's staring at you and they're talking to you, what do? You pull out your phone and you video it, and then we have good video of it, right? And that's why this did not happen.
Or your
But there is
neighbors-
video from the body cam.
No, well, that's
No,
an asteroid.
No, it's just I'm talking about the 8-foot man. You don't call 911. You video the 8-foot man because you have the option in the McDonald's to call 911 for the homeless man that's assaulting the people, but you don't do that. You video it.
First.
Everybody knows
At least
the rules.
first.
Yes, first you video, then you call 911.
I've seen videos of tornadoes going through someone's garage,
Yeah.
and that motherfucker stood strong and filmed it. And you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh my god! And
That's my point.
there was shit getting sucked out behind him, and
His family was in danger,
Yeah, they're
you know?
screaming at him, "Get in the fucking garage!" And people will film
Just
some
to
shit.
get the likes on Instagram.
I really feel that way. So if that guy's real, which I don't think he is, he would have filmed it. You know, I mean,
But there is there is all this other shit of like people within the government that are retired, like swearing that there's some
bored
like,
old
sort of
people.
classified.
When you don't have a reason to live anymore, and your kids
want
have
attention.
have
well,
left the nest.
there was a Air Force guy that just came out and said some shit about having
Yeah.
UFOs and stuff, and he was young though. He wasn't an old guy.
Yeah. And no, and every once in a while,
Egomania never dies.
Do they
Never
only
old.
crash?
Yeah.
Do the UFOs only crash in the United States?
Yeah.
Or they
No.
crash in other
Yeah,
places?
they don't crash other places.
They
'cause it's, other places are hellholes.
no, there's these reports everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They've been going on forever, and back in the day, we used to be like, "Oh, we're gonna kill this person." So, people used to human sacrifice because they thought they saw
they
shit.
set you on fire. That's why I keep to myself.
So there's
Shut up.
UFOs crashing in Africa somewhere.
I think
Yes.
there's reports of it at least.
Okay.
I think so too.
All right.
Or reports of something similar,
In the sky.
supernatural.
All right.
There's,
All right.
I think there's been supernatural reports of shit
And
since the
there
dawn
will
of
be.
humans.
There will be forever.
Yeah. But it's like I want to believe.
Oh, we got Mulder and Scully over here.
Well, like not believing in anything.
More of a Scully than a Mulder.
Has like
They really hit the lottery in porno when they could just go sex files. And everybody was like, "It's so perfect, right?" Or
Triple X Files.
Yeah, it's just so easy. Sex Files, Triple X Files. It's almost made for it.
I did start thinking a little bit differently recently, and I don't know if it's old age, but
Racism kicking in. Are you feeling it? Yeah, I've been feeling that
it
lately
shouldn't
too.
be the same mortgage rate.
I was at Publix standing in line, and I'm like, they're just different. No,
So there's like just how like you could biohack your body doing certain things that
cold
is
plunge.
beneficial.
Every morning I do a 2-hour cold plunge.
There's things like that, and we all know, and then the fasting and all that bullshit. And then there is ways to do it mentally, where it's like the daily gratitude does something mentally to you. Where
Journaling, yeah.
Wait, you do that?
no, too lazy.
I journal.
I
I started
understand
journaling
it.
again.
Okay.
Some would say his notes or his journaling.
Yeah, but they're crazy. Sam
I meant the gratitude thing.
Sam and I read them when you're not here. We read your doodles.
Do you read them in Tom's voice?
And we laugh.
try to read them.
Laugh.
Yeah.
And you can hack your brain because you start looking like you think you're so smart, and you're like, I'm in control.
You
of
think
everything.
you're so smart.
And then you realize, like, it's all the same. We're just some animal, that has consciousness, but our brains are pretty, they've evolved through so many years, and like you could trick them, right? And so all these little hacks to make yourself a happier person, I can understand how they do work. Like gratitude, just forcing yourself to think about things that make you happy or like things you're appreciative of, like every day, will eventually probably change your mentality a couple ticks to being a more happy person.
Like I can out of body myself during
meditation.
Coitus. Yeah, like
how does this relate to UFOs though?
Okay,
I don't know where the hell he's going.
He's on ayahuasca right now.
No, I forgot where I started.
You are losing your mind today.
No. This had a point.
So wait, are you saying people just believe in the UFO thing? And so that...
He's back. He's back on track.
Hold on, he's back on track.
Go. Buckle up.
Click back in.
You better buckle up. We're about to go.
Because someone sent me an email.
Oh, we're off the track again, are we?
And they sent me an email and they're like, Tom, just believe in God. Just believe in heaven.
Who sent you this email?
I know.
Was that my mom?
No. And they're like, it'll make you a happier person. Just believe in it. Now, I can't do that.
Oh, my God, Ted Lasso.
But then I started looking at it. Not that I'm going to do this, but I did start looking at it. I was like,
at the Bible.
No, if you're just forcing yourself to, like, for instance, the UFOs, all right? I see all these stories and I'm like, bullshit.
You get
like,
mad.
it's all just, people, it's all nothing.
Ignorant people.
But what if I actually believed that there could be UFOs and maybe there are, like...
Well, there are UAPs.
Well, I mean, like, let's say the traditional...
I'll never call them that. I'm a traditionalist.
A thing from a different planet visiting us to see what we are, right? But aliens, right?
Yeah.
And just thinking that could be possible.
Even the way you said it right there was mocking it, though, just to let you know.
It is, yeah.
I'm just
Well,
because
because
point it out.
because
If you're
maybe,
going to do it, do it.
maybe it's that's a bad mentality to have, just to question everything.
Skeptical.
And just skeptical on everything, thinking everything is bullshit until you give me evidence. And maybe opening your mind up would make me a
Oh my
happier
God!
person.
Please open your fucking mind up because you are a grumpy. You're a grumpy old man.
Even if saying it, I'm mad of saying it. But I do
It's
understand.
the whole Crow King all over again. Not possible. It's fake. It's you're not open to anything.
I'm seeing a glimmer here, though. Even the fact that he's considering
Open the
this,
doorway.
If the
even the
UFOs...
fact that he's considering this is baby steps.
So they haven't visited us, you're saying, correct?
Well, I don't know.
But in your mind they have.
yeah, no.
But does that mean they don't exist at all?
Well, back to statistics. There's a
Something's
reason.
probably out there.
So there's a reason, and then you start going. You look at all the theories, and it's like, all right, either no civilization has ever made it advanced enough to travel from one galaxy to another, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
if they have, they could just destroy us.
Or they're so advanced that we
wouldn't know.
We're like ants to them,
exactly.
And they don't. Why would they ever
They
even
could be
care?
here. We could be inside their living room right now. I don't know.
That's the end of Men in Black.
Or it's
got those little marbles with those
Love that
aliens.
documentary.
You're exactly right. I forgot about that.
So there's lots of theories whether civilization never got there because there was some inevitable ending event that stopped them, or that they're so advanced that we're just an ant and they're so much more advanced that they would never even consider, like, we'd never even know they flew past us, or they'd never go in our galaxy. There's nothing here for them. It's like,
they're like Tom Van's down there. We're good.
Who's like, what's on Earth that
We've got a great protector down there, so we're fine. Tom's in control.
There's asteroids bigger than the Earth made of gold and shit, and in the fucking
But
entire
maybe gold's
universe.
not important to the aliens.
No, I'm saying there's nothing
Stupid
important.
fucking aliens.
What I'm saying,
Idiots. Gold's the best.
There's nothing important that we'd possibly have.
You don't know that, though.
Well, we do do know that there's nothing that Earth has that is not out in the universe. That all of our elements are
About water.
Are found water. There's comets that have 10 times the amount of water Earth has. That are trillions of them flying around. There's waters
like oceans.
Yeah, they are
frozen.
Frozen, but there's water
Let it
planets.
go, dude.
I'm just saying, why would they need to come here for what?
No,
I don't know because I don't know what the aliens want.
I think about that sometimes when I'm stoned in bed, and I'm like, yeah, why they're gonna fuck with us. We're doing nothing good here. Nothing good is happening.
It's nothing unique.
No.
Like if you were able,
it's a bunch of podcasts all talking about the same shit.
Stealing
I'm
from each
here,
other.
and I'm like, God, there's nothing even that
I'm like,
good.
take me with you. I want to see the frozen water.
Have you seen the Eiffel Tower? Not that good. I've seen it. I was like, not that amazing.
Yeah, the old Iron Lady.
Wait a minute.
He's not impressed by
I'm gonna challenge
anything.
you on that because that was built in like 1890,
Yeah, but I can't comprehend what that even means.
140 years ago.
Like when
Too stupid to appreciate it.
Like when I see the pyramids, they were like, "You don't understand." I'm like, "Oh,
I've seen sandcastles before.
So you can't complain when your sons aren't impressed with anything.
Hey, call me when you scope that sand into Dale Earnhardt.
Also, love complaining.
Let's take a break.
All right, let's take a break.
The name of the band. This is good. I really, really like this one. Pick of the week. Name of the band is Last Giant. The name of the song is Hell on Burnside. Let's rock a little bit. I shouldn't have said that. And we'll also play St. Paul and the Broken Bones coming up. We'll be right back with more Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan.
Are you looking for a quality contractor to redo your kitchen?
I am indeed.
Maybe your whole house?
Yes.
Details Construction Group, detailscg.com. We've got one of our BDMs on the line, Scott, that just redid his entire kitchen with Details.
I'm very jealous, Scott. What did you do, man?
Yeah, so we did. We had Details Construction Group over to do big kitchen remodel. We took the tiny little 1979 Florida Ranch kitchen out and all the popcorn ceiling and all the flooring and redid my kid's bathroom, and Flora came in with her team and they redid the whole thing. That looked fantastic.
Yeah, dealing with Flora is great because she's going to give it to you straight.
Well, she put it in the name of her company. She's all about the details, and trust me, she is a stickler for those type of details.
Yeah, and any sort of remodel can be stressful, but how was dealing with Flora and her team?
It was great, and it was a big job. Quite honestly, it was more than. It turned out to be more than just the kitchen. I mean, I put it on every room in our house, with the exception of the master bathroom. They touched and did something for it.
Man, you got a brand new house. You got to be loving it right now.
Oh, we love it, and what was impactful to me were two things. First, we've used about 8 of the show sponsors now for stuff on our house.
Oh man, appreciate that.
Knowing that Flora came with you guys was okay. I've used all these other sponsors, and it worked out great because you guys take the time to vet them and do the right thing. And then on the read on the show, on the commercial, said something that was really impactful was that it was a female-owned company. And I look at my wife and how she juggles everything she's got to juggle with the kids and the house and her job.
Yeah.
And she's so detail-oriented, and that really meant a lot. And Flora knocked it out of the park. And her idea for design and all that was on point, and she did a great job.
It's funny is, it's kind of like Crystal Van, like when you get these ladies, they're kind of like
they
Samantha.
know what they're doing.
Yeah, Samantha, he's juggling the guests. It's like sometimes these ladies, you look at them, you're like, how the hell are you doing that?
Scott, well, we appreciate you using our sponsors.
Congrats on the remodel. It sounds awesome.
And if you want to come in and watch a show, you're more than welcome. Send us an email, and that goes out to anybody that uses Details Construction Group. Thank you, Scott. We appreciate it. And again, it's detailscg.com.
I think you could freestyle to this. I mean, if there's a little bit of a boom bap at the end.
15% off merch using promo code DAD.
Get to work.
Yeah, exactly. Rick Scott over here. He's like, get to work.
Capital DAD, DAD. So Busdeker.
What kind of merch? Tom and Dan merch?
Tom and Dan merch. Yeah.
I didn't approve that.
So Busdeker. I need to know something.
All right. Oh my God! I knew it. I knew it.
So, and I know this makes me sound like a robot.
Now, remember, last segment you said you're going to be opening your mind more.
Free your mind. But I need to understand why.
Oh my God! The Shape of Water.
So I see you at roller rinks.
Okay.
Cimarron Skateway, which is right by my house.
I go to Astro more often, but Cimarron's good.
Yeah.
Astro.
So I almost pass by it every week or twice a week.
Well, because that's where you and your family take your trash out to, right? It's so close to your house that you guys put your trash in the dumpster behind the skating rink.
Well, there's a trail to the playground, and
by the Dollar Tree.
There's a Castleberry River, and then the walking trail.
River.
The Castleberry River. It's like a ditch, right?
It's the retention. It is the retention pond, rather, that all of the homeless women go to drown.
Lots of carts in there.
All of the homeless women go to drown there. They found bodies ahoy in there. It's a
retention pond is a pond. This is a
retention stream.
Is it moving?
It's the Castle.
It's a still ditch.
It's like the Castleberry lazy river of bodies.
So my sons love going there. I've been there multiple times.
Because they can find porno mags laying in the bushes.
And often I find myself sitting in the benches they have there.
Oh, never sit on the benches.
You're the old man.
Yes.
You know how that's how you
Too
get
cool.
Too
cool for roller skates.
That's how you get a fentanyl ass.
And then
sit on those benches.
And then I just watch.
Creepy.
I just sit and observe.
There's always that one old pervert man watching
bunch of little kids on roller skates. Is that your thing?
You guys having a great time over there? I understand the kids and the reason why my son's.
I understand you guys.
No,
I'm just like you guys.
That's why I brought this candy and this pack of hot dogs.
I used to go to the roller rink in Miami. It was called Hot Wheels. And when I was a kid, I understand why kids like it, obviously.
Yeah.
But then I see adults, and they're not with their kids. I see random adults that are going there, and they're going around too, right?
Bus and I both skate, and neither one of us have kids.
I know. My neighbor does it. I see he's doing the tricks.
I go there with my kids, and then I see adults that are there skating, mostly minority.
And they're
dancing to the beat.
They're going around and around in the circle.
I love the
look at their face, and I'm like, this person's having more fun than I've ever had.
You know what? When you look at Busdeker and some of the other people he skates with when he's doing these skating,
and I'm not that good. I will say,
you're pretty good.
I mean, I'm not going to fall, but
you're pretty damn good.
There's other people that are really good.
Take your flowers. You're good.
Not like some of the other.
But this guy, the look on his face is joy.
Yeah,
joy.
So,
it's freedom.
Why is it fun?
Explain fun to Tom.
Is it the freedom of being able to move?
I mean, it's just like fun.
It's like, why do you like riding your one wheel?
Describe it as an
Tell
artist.
me why that's fun for you.
Put it like, how would Brendan?
So for me, I actually, it's funny you say
I stumped him. Holy shit!
No, but seriously, it's the same thing. Like there is a fluidity. I think there is. There's a fluidity. There's a freedom.
So when I'm roller skating, it's just like when I play hockey too. When I'm roller skating, like I'm really not thinking about anything else. My goal is just to have fun.
Stay up on my skates.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm not worried about this or that. It's just like when you were probably 10 years old playing whatever you did when you were having fun at 10 years old. You don't think about anything else. You're just having a good time, and that's how it is when you go roller skating. For me, at least.
So is it nostalgia?
No, I mean I like it. I mean maybe a little bit, but I mean I just like going. Yeah. I get exercise. I get to see what other people are doing.
Yeah. Good music. You like music.
The music's
it is
good.
a good way to get exercise.
Great workout.
So
plus, it's something to get better at. Like I'm getting better at it than I did a year ago.
All right, so you're getting
same with hockey. I mean, I'm putting these two together because
sports. Sports.
Sports isn't gay.
No, I can just wrap my head around like
that's what it's
getting better.
There's competition skates.
But also, like I can only do so much right now. But if I get better at it, I can do different.
What are you working on now? Give him an example of something that you would want to improve on.
I can skate backwards. I can skate forwards, but I'm not. I can't do it like quickly and effortlessly. Like you watch some people and they're just like they can do spins, they can do this, they can do that. I have to think about it a little bit, and so I want to get to the point where like if I want to go one way or another, I don't have to really think about it. Like forward, I'm fine. Backwards, where it's a little more challenging.
So the intention is to get better.
Hopefully, I mean I understand. I'm also not 15 years old, and I have 35 years to get better. So like I mean I'd like to get better, but there's probably going to be a plateau there at some point.
how many revolutions and then you're good? because
Tom, there's a guy that goes to
you're
the
going
outdoor-
around and around, and I'm watching
I don't
the person.
count. I don't
and I'm
count
like,
because that's no fun.
Yeah,
is
that's
that
weird.
person? How is he having so much fun? He's just going around and around in a 30-foot
No,
circle.
but there's a
with
guy that goes out to the outdoor rink that the one that you showed us that we take
in Barber Park.
Yeah, Barber Park that we take Maisie, and it's like this like older black dude, and he's got really nice skates, and he's an awesome fucking skater. He's amazing, and he goes out there, and I swear to God, he'll do 4 revolutions. It's not much. He puts on everything. He does 4 revolutions really fast, and he does a lot of tricks, and then he just takes his boots off, and there he's done.
So he's doing it.
Just a microdosing his joy or
getting
something.
incrementally better, though.
Yeah, he is.
Because, Sam, you brought up ride my one wheel, but
Yeah.
I only ride my one wheel for a purpose, like to get White Claw 7-Eleven.
So
But
it's
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't
utility
sound
vehicle.
like, it doesn't sound like you do anything for fun.
No, he does not.
Well, I don't understand. Because, for instance, like...
When you were 12, what did you do for fun?
Well, that's different. I was a kid.
No, it's not different. Like, what did you do for fun?
It
at
really
12?
isn't any different. You still need fun.
What
in
did
your
you
life.
do for fun?
Well, I imagine I was
You imagine?
skating
No,
around
no.
in circles. I can't remember that.
He's blacked out his childhood.
No,
Like,
I
did you not do anything fun when you
Oh
were?
my God!
I,
Well, is
I
that
played
it?
with Legos. I did
Is
the
it just?
shit.
Is
the
it
same
as simple as fun was there? Dad dies.
Yes.
Black out the fun.
No,
Don't know how to do
No,
it.
I did all the same shit every kid does.
Like
I played,
what?
Played with GI Joes.
Okay.
I had imagination with I went in the backyard.
He has a great imagination.
But what about like activities? like something.
Dirt bikes, 4-wheelers.
Okay. All right.
Motocross.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
still go motocross? Do
You
you
still,
do?
yeah,
He
bring
does.
my
Once
sons
a
in.
year.
That is fun.
It's fun for me to ride 4-wheelers.
Well, there you go. So your
trails.
motocross is my roller
Yeah.
skating.
Now, I guess that
Because I look at that and I'm like, why would somebody just go around the woods on a
In dirt.
motorcycle and get dirty? That sounds stupid.
Yeah.
And you can get better at it, and you can also
Yeah,
teach
yeah.
your sons to get better at it, which is like your new
You
getting
also
better
go
at it.
boating.
You know what I
right?
mean? Like when you're a dad,
I think
don't-
boating is so stupid. Honestly, I might be offending somebody here.
No.
I
You
think
like
it's
what you like.
literally.
You like what you like.
I think it's a
Have
just
you ever
drive. It's a
driven a boat
convertible.
drunk?
It's literally
It's
a-
awesome.
I might as well just get a
He knows.
convertible and drive around the land.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
cares?
I mean, I've never thought of it like that.
I just am assuming that someone else questioned, like when someone's riding a boat and they're driving it down a river or whatever. I feel like less people question, like, why is that guy doing that than an adult skating around.
I mean,
in a
when I
circle.
go, it's all adult. I don't go to like the kids one.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
I go to the
terrible.
adult
Is there drinks involved?
No, because that's
They don't
probably
sell
dangerous.
alcohol. Yeah.
That's
It's a
where I'm
liability.
confused.
Well, you can bring your own to
Yeah.
So
River
it's the
Park.
stigma.
Like,
For
it-
you, it's the stigma of it being something that is either
quote unquote for
either
kids.
for kids or effeminate. Like when I baby
Not
talk my
effeminate.
dog, though. I mean, adults do that all the fucking time. Probably more adults baby talk dogs than even kids do.
Yeah, I just make fun of it because
That's
I'm like,
fine.
what's the reason you're doing it?
Because it brings me joy,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's like, I mean, it's the same reason I play hockey. I like it.
yeah.
that sports I can understand.
We're back. Sorry, we're back to the beginning.
You did
All right.
bring up like the boat or the 4-wheeler, all this dumb shit
Yeah.
that I've grown up
But
doing.
it's not
and
dumb.
then
It's something you like to do.
It's something I like doing. It just
You even hate on your own fun activity.
and you know what's funny is you have gotten better at one wheel. When you first got it, you would like have to jump off a certain way or whatever. Now you can ride it super slow. You can go over any terrain.
Yeah, but
you know you have gotten incrementally better with it. You could jump on a
Do you
new
think
one.
skateboarding's a sport?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And I understand, like, Tony Rage, our buddy, Blue Jet.
yeah.
He skateboards. I see him skate. He makes a video. He accomplishes a trick, and then he lands a trick, and then, I can totally understand it.
Yeah.
Same with roller skating.
Yeah, that's fine. That's why I'm asking you. I'm not saying there's a correct answer here. I'm trying
He's
to
just trying
figure
to
it out.
analyze why
Okay.
you like
And
it.
I'm not saying it shouldn't be fun. I'm not saying anything negative about it at all.
No,
I'm
here's-
jealous that someone can have fun skating around in a circle. I see the joy in
wait,
people's
I-
eyes, and
well,
I'm
at
like, oh
some
my
po-
God, I want that.
At the break, I'll show you some YouTube videos. Like people like are just having fun doing it.
Now, does your wife skate with you?
No, because she's afraid she's going to hurt herself. herself.
Okay, because that's one of those things where
Because she rides horses and she's afraid she's going to hurt herself roller skating, so she can't ride horses.
Because your dream would include, like, if you did that, you would want your family skating along.
I want her to. She just doesn't.
Right.
She just
I think
doesn't want to hurt
everybody-
herself.
I get it. I get it.
And also, I go late. Like I went this past Saturday, and it started at 11 o'clock at night. And so,
Hey,
I don't get home
being at
till
the club.
I don't get home till 2.
oh my God, that's the songs with the curse words in them.
That's another thing I'm jealous of people's ability to, like, there are people that could just go out and go dancing for the night by themselves, and
Dancing.
I can't even understand. Like,
I'm
that's
in that
so
camp, too.
far
I'm not
from
a
my
dancer.
reality.
Is that because you're a parent, or because you wouldn't do it by yourself?
I'm not a dancer. I never went
He doesn't
dancing.
do
Well,
anything by
I wouldn't go
himself.
dancing by myself. I don't go to the bar by myself. I wouldn't
Oh,
want to
I
do
like that. I like that.
That one I
But then
agree.
I can ride my just getting
That's
drunk.
sad. That's sad.
And then it's just like, I
do
like
that. I might as well just
alcohol.
stay home and drink.
Where do you
Right,
go?
right.
No. If you do that, you're an alcoholic. If you do it at the bar.
Yeah. But you're around
expensive
people.
alcohol.
I'm not talking to anybody.
Yeah,
I'm
if you
sitting
do it
there-
at the bar, you're just skating with your mouth with drinks. It's like a beer skating.
If anybody wants to go with me, I'd love for them to join. It's hard to find people that want to go out at 11 o'clock.
You could take my daughter. It'll just look really weird.
like you can make this argument. It's funny because you can make it the argument towards alcohol. Like, why are you drinking by yourself at the house? And then you were like, well, I like getting altered. And it was like, well, that's not a healthy way. You just want to be somewhere
You gotta
else.
have something going on.
You just sit there-
At least shoot pool. Okay, at least shoot pool or at least do the match game on the bar. The bar LED screen at the. You're playing the dirty match game.
Yeah, you want the nudie one. You want the one with the nudie one.
Yeah. Are we doing male on male?
Let's do that.
I don't think the nudie one's still around anymore, right?
I think
That's
so.
inappropriate.
I'm sure you can find it at
People
some
will
bar.
complain. Maybe it
guys.
wills.
Thanks for calling 1-800-HOT-DICK, the place to find real action with real men. To make it even better, we've got new low prices. So low, we're practically giving it away free.
If you are a man seeking a woman, press 1. If you are a woman seeking a man, press 2. If you are a man seeking a man, press 3.
Oh, God, EJ.
Male on male.
EJ in our Twitch and YouTube chat room says, "This is what I always say. If you need alcohol to have fun, it isn't fun." This
That's not
fucking
necessarily
nerd.
true.
Fucking nerd.
I
It's
understand.
just upping the fun.
Yeah. Well, I understand the logic in his argument, though.
No, he's right. He is right, but I just
But it helps to
I
have
like
a
calling
beer
him a
before
nerd.
going to see a football game or something.
It helps everything.
Yeah.
And now that it
It does help everything, but it's
little
bad
THC
for you. It's bad for you.
will help it even more. Then you mix them both, way better. Mail on mail.
I'm just fucking with EJ.
Brought to you by Injured on the Go. Just call Mo.
All right.
All right.
UN law firm. Busdeker is now their chief marketing officer.
Uh-huh.
And call Busdeker. He'll tell you something.
You can call me.
Hey, if we call the office, do you pick up?
No.
Damn it. Start crank calling you.
All right, let's do voicemail.
All right, voicemail. Let me get rid of that guy real quick. Hold on one second. All right, here we go. This one, I believe Tom will enjoy this one.
Tom, Dan, Sam, PDM Kylie.
BDM Mike.
Tom, stop being a bully to Dan. He will get the scooter done, okay? I believe in you, Dan. Tell him to fuck off. You got this, all right? Bye.
BDM for life.
Bye.
Got the ladies calling in to
Okay.
defend me. Much like my real life, I always have the ladies step in to defend their man because I'm so small. And weak.
How long is this project supposed to take?
I mean, like for any real scooter mechanic, you could probably do it if you had a Saturday and Sunday and a buddy. You could knock it out.
All right. So, you don't have any buddies? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't. And also, I've run into it's like with this
I told
particular.
Tom to help him.
With this particular. Oh no, I don't want that.
He already sees him 5 days a week.
I've helped Daniel with stuff, and my way of doing things and Daniel's
It's just-
are a complete opposite.
Yeah, we really are. It's like it doesn't work. It only works here.
Yeah.
It only works here.
Yeah, because
If we were on Amazing Race, it would never. Oh my God, it would never
It'd be the
work.
mediocre
right?
race.
It would
Oh,
never.
God, I would pay to see that.
It would never work
That's why I want to watch it.
because we have different
You guys
methods.
would be
But
fighting.
so
They'd make it to Autobahn Park and be like, fuck this.
everything I go to do on this bike because it's not a rare model. I guess it's sort of a rare model. Most of the people that are doing these electric motor kits, their bikes are a little newer. I'm doing a 1959 Vespa. It's not like most of the people that I see doing it, they're doing 60s and 70s bikes. And this one just has like a VBA, a 1959 VBA 150, has a few more little problems, and then as I do things, like some of the things they've sent me don't fit. I've had to order extra parts, so it's just it's getting there, but it should be done, I'll say, within the next month. It'll be done.
Month. You started it 2 months ago.
I did.
All right.
I'm trying to do it right.
Frame.
I'm doing it right.
The time frame was supposed to be for the event tomorrow.
Do you know how long that car took on Home Improvement for them to make that classic car in Tim Allen's garage?
And they were really doing it, right?
Yeah, it took a long time.
Yeah, they were really doing it. What a reference. Holy shit, Buzz. But also, another thing with this is that, like, I ordered the part that I needed.
You need Justin Taylor Thomas to help you out.
Oh, yeah, I do.
I think Brad helped out a little
Jonathan.
more. Jonathan. That's right, Jonathan. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Let me old man for a second. Why do part companies, because I ordered the brake little caliper deal that hooks onto the brake line, and then because it's out of Germany, I had to order like 2 other items to make the minimum order, in order to make it happen.
Yeah.
So I ordered you made fun of me, I ordered a knee pad, and I ordered a scooter pizza cutter because they sold one. I'm like, I get that. It's like $10. Because I needed $20 extra. So I ordered those 2 things. Well, then they sent the pizza cutter and the fucking knee pad, and then they're like, the part you needed is on back order. So we sent the incomplete order. If you're a company listening, small company, small business, big company, don't send incomplete orders. I don't want that. Don't send me anything. If you don't have everything, don't send me anything. And fuck yourselves.
Also, Daniel has to do things the right way.
Oh, okay.
So he's not
I should be
cut any
penalized for
corners.
that, right? Based on what he's saying? Like,
because you can use a zip tie.
I mean, he's going to have to ride this thing on the street.
I don't think
you want it to be right.
I'm not sure. You've said zip tie a bunch, and I don't even know how that would work.
Well, I don't know. It's just the part you need to look like a metal. It just looked like a metal hook. It didn't look like it was a piston or gas went into it. I was like, you could half-ass a metal hook.
I don't really want to half-ass it.
Well, that's the problem. That's why it's not done.
I know.
And guess
right.
what? Tomorrow, there's no scooter there.
Yeah, the whole event's ruined because I wanted to do it the right.
the scooter was supposed to be done for tomorrow?
That's what I
supposed
said.
to scoot up there,
But you're not helping him, so fuck you.
He don't want it. I can get it.
Oh my
I'll go in Daniel's garage. I'll finish it by tomorrow.
The show's falling apart.
Oh my God, don't do it.
I'll finish the shit by tomorrow.
We've all been a good start. Everyone chill, calm.
He's going to break your scooter.
I'll finish it and ride it there.
Really?
Yeah, but it'll be half-assed, just like everything I do.
Everyone chill out.
But I get it done.
Get to work.
Would you ride your scooter to Longwood? That's all right?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the back roads, or are you going
back
forward?
roads? Yeah, no,
All
you don't go on I-4.
All
Even though that one, I think, can. Once I get it done,
That's a bad
supposedly
idea.
it will go 80.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah,
I've done Macy's.
Just
I
'cause you
did
can do
Andrea's old scooter. I used to ride on I-4 all the
That's a
time.
bad
It would do
idea.
90.
You know,
It was very fast.
I gotta give it. I've ridden motorcycles on I-4 many times, but when we got that Polaris slingshot from Seminole that time, and they let us borrow it for 3 days or whatever. Riding that Polaris slingshot on I-4 next to semi truck.
That's one of the spiciest things we've ever done. It rattled my colon.
But I was driving it, and there's a fucking semi truck. You're so low to the ground, you're like, holy shit! I'm going 70 miles an hour,
world down
and
there.
you're sitting on the floor, and then you're just like, man, if I just if the semi truck would cut over or whatever, they crush me immediately.
I mean, it could be something as simple as if his tire unravels, that's just going in my face.
But I felt alive.
That's how I feel on rollers.
But I need to be minutes from death.
All right.
I feel like when I am on skates, I am minutes from death.
Well, you're very tall.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm closer.
So is Bus.
I'm closer to the ground.
Bus is actually a really good skater. So.
Yeah. First email.
Kids. At 18, my girlfriend had our daughter naturally, which, yes, I watched. At 34, she has our son by C-section. Looking around the drapes was the worst thing I have ever seen. I asked her what she preferred because of your conversation with Seth.
Oh, by the way, those are actual drapes. He was not being derogatory.
Oh,
Yes,
okay. I thought
yes.
so.
No, I'm just going to step in
When you
there.
have a C-section, they have like a curtain.
I just want to step in there to be respectful for
Correct.
the lady.
Yeah. She said natural, probably because of the recovery. Also, in picking names, you have to think about the initials as well. We didn't, and our daughter's initials are COW.
No.
But it's better than a kid she has had a class with named Peter Pan. Yes, that was his actual name. And since she banged our daughter, I got to name our son.
Bang.
I don't know. I didn't get that last sentence.
Named. Typo.
Okay.
Typo.
Okay.
Because the B's next to the end. I get it.
Okay.
So the cow
Where'd
didn't
the G
bang
come
Peter
in?
Pan?
That is good evidence. Someone who's done it both ways, and they prefer the natural. Although I imagine it's subjective to every woman. That's so who
I
knows?
have talked with other women that have said they preferred the C-section. So it's all going to be personal preference. Everybody's different.
But they maybe have not had both, and the grass is always greener. Who the hell knows?
Sure.
I'm just going with the logic of, hey, there's a watermelon in your stomach.
Yeah.
You could shit it out, or we'll cut it out. And
I don't think you know how birthing works.
I'm just glad they don't
right?
ask me to shit out my moles on my back. I'm just like, cut those out. Just cut them out.
It's not so far away. It's somewhat within the Venn diagram of. And then I would say, well, shitting it out is going to cause.
It's going to take a minute. It's going to tear you up.
Yeah. I prefer the cutting it out. Anyway.
It's faster. If anything, it's faster.
I'll tell you how to give birth. Anyway.
You want to do another voicemail?
Yeah.
All right. Let's go with Let's go with this one right here.
Hey guys, Bubble Bath Billy. Y'all were talking about the Pam Anderson sex tape on ACT the other day with Mo, and you guys got some of the details wrong, but actually I think the real story is more interesting, and I think you guys will enjoy it. I'll try to keep it brief, but basically what happened was after the guy who originally stole the tape started selling the bootleg VHS copies, there was a startup internet company that posted the video for free online to make money off the advertisements. Then as the tape
Do we want to have him rehash the Pam? I mean, I'll do it.
No, I see what he's saying. Yeah, the story is told correctly at her or on her documentary that's out, so anybody can see the story. But it is crazy that she didn't see the profits from that, and it was so huge at the time. Now it doesn't seem like it's a big deal having a sex tape.
I mean, some people. There are famous people now that are like legitimate actors. Famous influencer have a legitimate OnlyFans where they are legitimately showing
themselves nude or whatever.
No, I mean graphic.
Like who?
Like sex work. I don't know these people's names,
right.
but no, they're beyond my age. They're like younger
influencers.
Yeah, and they're like people that
Bad baby.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know who they are, but I see them, and then I'll look, and they'll have like 6 million followers. And
Bella Thorne, Cardi B,
Bella
Chris
Thorne.
Brown, Amber Rose, they all have OnlyFans.
Yeah, and they're like...
Tyga, Black China.
Oh, Tyga's his is explicit.
I saw.
He is
Does
working.
anybody have a sex tape anymore? Is that like a thing?
I don't think so. I don't think it's a thing anymore.
That leaked photos, maybe.
I don't know. Except for Hunter Biden, am I right? Are we at that time now? We can get to the Hunter Biden.
Hold on. You get 7 minutes. I'll let you get a freebie.
I did see on the weekly awards, like there's a category.
You went to the OnlyFans one right away, didn't you?
There was an OnlyFans one, and that's new.
And I did the same thing. We looked them all up, didn't we?
Also,
I looked them all up. And I said, they got the
that
free
one woman was like she was a volunteer at one of the schools here, and they kicked her out for being a volunteer.
Well,
she had an OnlyFans site, and she was a volunteer at an elementary school, and somebody found out about it, and they said, "We don't want you to volunteer at the school anymore."
Really?
Yeah, and she's actually suing the school district over that.
Good.
My daddy saw a pink wand in your ass, and he tipped you $60, and then it buzzed your ass.
But you got too many categories. Orlando Weekly.
Come on, Weekly. What are you doing?
Well, that's how you get advertisers, though, too.
right,
if you have that many categories, you can ask all those
you
people.
You brought it up.
I'm just saying.
So we're throwing our love behind, what is it, the Bible jazz?
Jazz of the Bible.
No, I'm glad they do it. It's a great thing. I'm just saying that's why they probably have so many categories. Well, that's why they have so many categories, because then they can go, oh, you're the best laundromat. Well, you should buy an ad.
Isn't it just a click farming? Isn't it what it is?
It's probably that too, but they got to make money too.
all award shows are basically an ad, revenue.
Those,
business.
I mean, for newspapers, they are. I mean, that's a good way to get
even
ads.
the fucking Oscars are based on commercials.
Yeah, but
it wouldn't exist without ad revenue.
The Grammys. You got people that are boycotting the Grammys because we've won podcasts like 9 times or whatever. Are we at the point of our career where we can say that
take us out of it?
When we won it, it had value, but now are we there? I think we're there. When we won it, it had value and it had the legitimacy. They had the Academy.
I thought you would take yourself out of the running like a Garth Brooks.
Okay,
move.
we can do that too. I don't care what we do.
Let's do that.
I thought he took himself out of like country music.
I don't know.
Artist of the year because he's like, I shouldn't win this no more.
Can we approach the weekly and say we would like to take us out?
It's a baller move.
Take us out.
What? I don't know. Good, bad. What it does. Anyway.
Hey, Mama's Comedy Show's on for Best Comedy Club.
I voted for him.
I'm gonna go to that. Dude.
I still don't know what Mama's is, but I'll go with you if they have chicken nuggets.
Is it like somebody's house or something?
We don't know.
It's supposedly in the back of Sleuths. I don't know.
And it's an improv comedy.
Have you
dinner.
been to Sleuths? Anybody been to Sleuths?
No.
Yeah,
That's
back in the day.
fun.
I only went for a magic show.
I don't like that type of stuff.
He doesn't like fun.
Lateral theater. Yeah.
You don't like anything.
No, he doesn't.
His first date with his wife was roller skating and Sleuths for dinner.
Back to OnlyFans. So I want to see.
Horny and he wants to fuck.
Me and Busdeker are a lot alike.
I don't think so.
Yeah. You guys are both roller skating perverts.
No. We have a lot of the same feelings towards things.
Why don't you finish this before you plummet?
I've never heard
We're
that.
logical. We're math guys. I don't know if you know that.
What?
And
I would never say those things about me.
So I want to know because I did look at the OnlyFans category.
I did go there.
Okay, well, I know.
I did too.
Okay, so
hold on a second. Have 3 of the 4 men in this room gone through? Did you go through it? Correct
That's
answer. Correct answer.
So I immediately was like,
more
oh,
alike
what?
than we are different.
And then I scanned all the
I didn't go the extra. I don't know if I went the extra step to go to each one.
No, don't do that.
I looked at all hoping that it was someone that I know. Right? And then when I
You're
found
like Dan Dennis.
no, not.
I had a class.
I
had a class with a girl
multiple times.
I had class with
Not
a girl.
by choice.
There was a porn star at UCF, and I had a class with her.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Really?
Years ago. Years
Okay,
ago.
well, that brings what I'm kind of talking about is that since
It makes it better.
I didn't know anybody.
100% attendance to that class.
So, Busdeker, and people think I'm crazy because I think that
Because you talk.
But if you don't know who the OnlyFans belongs to, then it's a stranger. Then I have no interest in seeking it out. I only have interest in seeking it out if I know the person.
This is why I can never do it.
But I wouldn't why do you tell people? Let me tell you something.
My God.
Why do you tell people you feel this way? Because I got to tell you,
What?
when you say it, it's creepy.
It does, yes. I'm telling
Why
the
do
truth.
you say that? Okay, all right, that's fair.
I don't know. I'm
You're
just
like,
saying the truth.
look,
I thought that's what everyone
like
thought.
His fun is looking at his friend's nudes.
Yeah, I only like OnlyFans where I have a prior connection to the person, where I can see you, where I feel like what I'm feeling and seeing is naughty.
Well,
you need it to be naughty.
Well, no, my logic being that I could see a nude female online, I could see thousands and
these are
hundreds
people
of
that
thousands.
live around you.
These are the people you can see at Winn-Dixie.
But how do I know that
You might see her there or him. I don't know. And maybe you'll see him out in the wild. Like, oh, I saw him here first. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I was just watching you. You were riding a simian.
But isn't it like you have to?
I'm looking up all these OnlyFans now.
Know the like if you knew that like say it's a
so you're
newscaster.
just saying it makes it better.
Well, like I'm saying, say it's like a local newscaster.
Jason
and
Guy.
I watch Jason Guy.
he was on
very
Big
handsome.
Brother.
Yeah.
Very handsome, Big Brother.
So Jason Guy
Big
is
Brother
I
After
see him,
Dark with Jason
I
Guy.
see him on the news. I don't know that side of him.
Big pecker.
And then all of a sudden he does an OnlyFans, and I'm like, well, now I'm curious to what Jason Guy is
what he's
doing.
working with.
Yeah, now I'd be more curious
Oh,
as
he
a
did
woman because I'm straight. But
he did a photo shoot at Kelly's Ice Cream. Look at this.
So then,
Oh wow!
the fact
He's wearing a chef's hat.
if it's someone I don't know, then it's
It
just
might as well be.
the porno that is just unlimited free on the internet.
Yeah, but there's the idea that this is quote unquote a regular person.
I'm with Bus. Like,
Not
you're-
but there's amateur
professional.
porno, endless
no, but
amateur porno.
it makes it a little better. Like if I'm watching amateur porno and I look at the back and there's Cappy Subs from Winter Park, then I'm like,
we have a connection.
Yeah, I'm with Bus on this. I'm with Bus on this. If I see, like, it's like knowing that Ernest Saves Christmas was filmed in Winter Park. Like, it makes it a little more special to me.
So the fact that even though it is a stranger, but they are living local, that's what would be the driving force towards paying content.
You may not have that, but I have that. And I think Bus has that too. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Like,
if I'm makes more sense.
Like, I give it 2% better. If I'm watching it and it's just a beautiful woman, great. If I'm watching it, beautiful woman, they're like UCF, and I'm like, oh, hey.
That's a possibility our paths crossed one
maybe
day.
I was in her Western Civ class. Western Civ.
But then it has to have something local to trigger that, right?
Correct.
Okay, so it can't just be generic. And then it has to be, you have to put in something local. Are they doing that?
Miami doesn't do it for me, Tampa either. It's Orlando.
Very Orlando.
Little bit.
Because when if I knew, like, the Reality Kings porno, which there's thousands of hours, the fact that it's filmed in Miami doesn't do anything for me. Like,
but
Miami,
what if it were filmed on your street?
But you don't live in Miami.
But what if you saw it on your street? What if you looked and you were like, I think that's Kendall.
That's the thing. It's like if you're not living there, it doesn't matter, right? Because it's the thing of you might bump into them at Publix. You're not going to bump into somebody in Miami.
All right. I just never thought about the fact that it was just because it's local that people would be drawn towards it. I thought you had to have known.
Maybe they'll be at Hourglass tomorrow.
I think everybody's different, but I'll give you a real life one, and one that most dudes will know. There is a adult performer. I believe she lives in Tampa now, and her name is Penny Pack. She's a redhead. And she's, like, been a famous redhead for many, many years. I would say she's coming up on, like, 15 years or something, as I remember her. But she lives in Tampa, and she is forever out at the theme parks. You'll see pictures of her all over the place. All, like, Animal Kingdom, riding on the thing, and in places, like, I've seen her at the theme parks when I'm in the theme park. And it has made me think, that'd be kind of cool to see. But I don't know. Like, it's a ridiculous thing to say because it's not like she's going to be walking around doing porno. But I don't know. I'm just like...
Dude, that's what I'm saying. No, when we talked to Jocelyn Jane, when we interviewed her,
you did a good job on that time. You've been practicing.
Almost there.
I found myself when I see her on the videos and I'm doing my research. I'm drawn towards it now.
Research a few times a day.
Tell me you had a boner in the lobby.
I just had a conversation with
Sam,
her.
did you know he had boners?
Yes, I did.
He's having boner.
Stop it.
You know what? I'm glad you said that because I had a boner in here when I did my research.
Come on.
Double boners.
How you doing, Busdeker?
He's been here for 2 hours.
Still doing good? All right.
You want to do...
I was going to say, you want to do one of the mails?
Okay, we got to get out of here.
Hey, fellows and lady. This is BDM Justin. So I'd give you a call with something entertaining. I was filling out my paperwork for a medical appointment. Starts asking about sexual items such as like birth control, things of that sort. And one of the options to select on there for birth control is the pull-out method. However, apparently the medical term for that is coitus interruptus.
That's true.
Never knew that before. Quite entertaining.
Coitus interruptus.
Yeah, coitus interruptus. It's also a Harry Potter spell.
Why is that on a form of any kind? They ask you, like, what's your preferred method of birth control?
Well, maybe to tell you that that's not 100% effective. Just to give you some medical
They're gathering
advice.
info.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. They're gathering info. Even if you're ignorant, they need to know. If you're like, she pees out of her bag, like they have
or
to write
she has
that
a
down.
baby out of her butt, like you
said. Shit it out.
Also, all those medical forms, I always I'm just find whatever doesn't apply. Like, I don't put anything real or like any details. But I don't think anybody looks at that, right?
You should.
The doctor's not looking at that.
But what if you get like a prescription, like the
That's
thing
what they
you say
type
no
in.
to? And
That's
you
what
tell
it-
me
that's
yes.
what they
You don't
type
think
in.
the doctor is looking at the records?
No, I don't think I wouldn't look at it if I was a doctor.
Okay.
I was just saying, like,
I
go
think
to the
we
fucking
should get outta
paper.
here.
Tell me to my face. Like, you're just gonna put something down there. Also, like, I'm not gonna trust what you write. You're an idiot. That's what I would think of. Like, are you on any other medications? And then when I give you a medication, I'm like, I'm not going to give you one that will kill you if it interacts with anything else. You know what I mean?
But if they don't know what you're going on with you, how do they know
Why
what
do you even go to the doctor?
Yeah, do you even go? When was the last time
go
you
there to get drugs?
Get out of
I laugh because he does what my dad would go to the doctor. My dad would go to the doctor, and my mom would be like, "What did you tell him?" And my dad would be like, "I didn't tell him shit. I said I was there. I sat there. He looked at me. I looked at him, and then I went to Stacy's buffet and I ate fried chicken."
Nothing I tell him is going to change nothing.
That's exactly what my dad thought.
Look at Jake the Snake. We talked about him a minute ago.
It's just let's get out of here.
All right. Busdeker.
Oh, my God.
Bungalore and the Bus every Friday. How's that going? How long?
It's good. I think we're on 7 years now.
7 years!
Wow.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Isn't it time to, pack it up?
I remember when you started that.
You're like, this will fail.
No. I just said it would probably just end up at the same place it started. Like all radio. That's what happens. Anyway.
My God.
So what
where'd you guys go and mooch free food on?
We did. We actually paid last night. I went to Queso Loco, the place on Fairbanks.
You paid?
Yeah.
Queso Loco, for those of you.
What are you doing it for?
Queso Loco, that means crazy cheese.
Don't they give it to you for free? Because you did a goddamn show there.
Sometimes, most of the time, yes. That one was a little bit of a last minute. We'd like to come over, and they're a small business. I didn't want to.
You call the manager. You're like, we're making this into a radio show.
You're fucking talking to I'm Bus, and this is my gay friend Bungalower. They wear big dick swinging.
It's a 40-minute commercial.
They have Loco White Claws there.
Some free queso.
What's a Loco White Claw?
It's like
they make crazy drinks there.
What, they
it's
put
like
a White
some
Claw
fruity big cup, and then they put an upside down White Claw in it.
So like they put the beer.
They don't have a description.
Oh yeah, they do that.
I love a margarita where you put a tiny beer in the top.
Oh yeah,
of
they
it.
got that there. Yeah,
I don't even know what that is.
We had Berea ramen there last night.
It looks delicious.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right.
I gotta go here.
Any sponsor I've ever gone to, I expect everything.
No, I know.
And if they don't, I'm shocked and offended.
Don't bring up the old black and mahi sandwich.
I'm like, don't you know how everything works? You give it to me for free, I talk about it, and you give money. It's the
trilogy equation. It's the world's most simple equation.
Yeah, I'm going to pay for it and give you free advertising?
Samantha,
yes?
What is, are you recording this week? Or?
I am. I'm going to be recording tomorrow before I head up to Longwood for the Scootin' and Tune. It's just going to be me and Trav.
Nice.
But yeah.
I like that.
It'll be released on Sunday.
Calm it down, bring it back to the roots.
We've got some extra Mo gifts to give out to all the winners of tomorrow's trivia competition.
Yeah, we got a trophy and a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah. Merch and gift cards and things like that. And we will be back next week to talk about Luca's funeral and all that and where that's happening.
We will release the Carlos Mencia interview. If you care to listen to it, but judging on the chat room, you don't, so that's fine. That's fair. Either choose to listen to it or not. Up to you. It's up to you.
I think there's people that we've interviewed have done worse.
I know. Yeah,
I don't know.
Unsavory people. Yeah.
Anyway, all right. We will see you next week.
Wait a minute. I can't publish that. It's mediocre.